how bad is it out here? We heard on the Menominee that there's multiple women and children that have gone missing. As far as the Potawatomi, is it the same thing out here? Is it a little better? Of course, you spoke on not having your own police force. How is it out here concerning that?
I think, and this isn't concrete, but I've heard of things, but it hasn't been here in the community. It's
Mhm.
been when they've gone out. But I know I can speak to my little sister Tess. She was living in Milwaukee, and she was pregnant with her first baby, and she was kidnapped, tortured, and murdered. Um, her people, we later found out, were supposed to be friends, and they took off with her body, and um, they found my sister in a bean field in the Dakotas. And so, yeah, they caught her killers, and so I'm glad that they're serving life without the possibility of parole.
Mhm.
So I feel for anybody who's lost, a sister, because I have, and I know exactly how it feels.
No, you're
That's
right. No, we're sorry. Yeah, absolutely. I'm sorry. If we brought up those feelings again, but we appreciate you, being able to answer that because, like we said, the whole point of this is for the world to see this. Because these type of stories they don't make the front page for some reason. It don't. It don't. It's not in their face as it should. It should be like the estimate is about 25,000 missing Indigenous women now. Like it's not on the front page as it should be. And what Commander Johanna is having us do is making sure it reaches people's faces one way or another.
It's funny that you said that because my sister being missing um, wasn't newsworthy, but because my family was um, fighting over her where she should be at, that was part of our family's, basically our dirty laundry was out there, and then it became newsworthy.
Mm.
So they broadcasted that nationwide.
Wow.
The familial problems was worthy of the news, but missing an unalive sister was not.
No, they didn't bring up that my sister was missing or anything or murdered until that came up, and then it was brought into the news.
Now, if I may, she is built off. Why do you feel like that is? You know, without saying certain things, it feels like when other people go missing or when certain things happen to others, it's the attention is spot on. Could it be that the reservations are so off from the major cities and everything else? That's why when an indigenous person goes missing, it's not talked on about, or is it because a certain view that they have about us as a people, or what do you think it is that when those type of things happen, they just refuse? It's almost like they don't want to talk about it. Why do you feel like that is in your personal opinion?
I think it's a little bit of both. Um, I have a cousin who, from the Menominee Reservation on my mom's side, where she was missing, and they later found um, pieces of her around. And I haven't heard anything as far as on the news about her. And now I seen something posted not too long ago with her bringing up what happened to her and things like that. But it wasn't until this movement happened that it was brought up, and it was brought up from the communities. It's not
Absolutely.
outside areas, Green Bay News or whatever. It's the communities that are doing it now because the tribes are working together and this movement's happening. I'm not seeing this movement in the news. And so we've got social media now, and it's the tribes that are pushing this. So if it wasn't for them, I still don't think that there would be any attention brought forward. I'm not seeing it.
Do you feel like certain resources need to be put together, or like what is it that for some reason is making these women a target? Like, is it, could it be the drugs and everything else? Could it be the fact that the tribes are lacking a certain type of protection? Like what could it be that for some reason they're targeting our sisters? I mean, that's what we want to get to the bottom of, because like I said, you can't do certain things in certain communities. I'll put it like that. Certain communities, the things like that you just spoke of, you would not be able to get away with. But when it comes to it's almost like it's like our communities have become like a hunting ground to do that type of thing towards us. And I wanted to ask you, what do you think needs to be done? Why do you think that is?
I think it's for the exact same thing that I just said, that they're not broadcasting it, that they're missing. And because of that, it's making it,
Right.
open,
See.
open, yeah. And I know that when my little brother Gamavna was little, we were walking on the Menominee Reservation, and this non-native pulled up to us, and they started taking a bunch of pictures of my brother. And so
Wow.
we got scared. We took him home, and this person was circling around the area. And when my little boy, well, he's grown now, but when James was little, the same thing happened. We were at Apollo on the Menominee Reservation. A non-native spectator came there and started taking a lot of pictures of him when he was in his regalia. And he asked me how much I would sell him for.
What?
I laughed it off, thinking it was a joke. He wasn't laughing. I told security that was at the Apollo right away. I had my son get out of his regalia, and we left.
That is disgusting. Sis, that just really caught me by off guard. So I'm sorry. That really just angered me in the most upmost way, because these things do happen, and do you feel like, and this leads into what we want to talk about, because, Thanksgiving just passed by, there's a certain view, it seems almost, when it comes to indigenous people, on how we're viewed. Like we're not, not until about the early 1900s, we were viewed as people finally. We were creatures for long. They just called us a few years ago indigenous creatures, So it almost seems like that's what we are to these non-natives. Like we're creatures. We're some type of spectacle that you can just buy and flaunt and look at in the zoo. Like when they drive through the reservations, that's what they're looking at. Do you feel like there's a reason for that, or why that is?
I feel that they think that we're below them, at least. I hate to say that, but even my aunt, who's the youngest out of all her siblings on my mom's side, she had my cousin at a very young age. And while she was in the hospital, the nurse came and told her story that she couldn't have children, and she offered to take her daughter because she assumed that she was so young that she would be willing to just give up her daughter. So these kind of things are open and said. I mean, if you went to, I'm sure that a non-native is not going to, or non-indigenous are not going to be going to each other and saying these type of things.
Exactly.
And that it's acceptable.
Exactly.
But for some reason it's acceptable for them to be asking us these questions.
Exactly. Thank you so much for that answer, because it's a very similar thing when you go into Black and Hispanic communities, because we work amongst all these communities, the Native Americans, Blacks, and Hispanics, because it's so much similarities when it comes to the poverty, when it comes to the conditions we're in, and when it comes to things like that. Like it seems like since the spotlight isn't on us, since we get less resources, they see the ability and they just can't help themselves but look at something like that as I could take advantage, or I could take what I want from these people, and nothing will outcome of it. That being said, with everything, all the resources, being put out, everything we're trying to do as indigenous people for not only the lands, but our people. How important do you think this is, the program we're doing out here, on December 14th, Lord allow, we'll be at the Nami Casino Resort giving out clothes. It starts small off like that. But how important do you think, like that's the beginning of something? That's what we're hoping for. Because us and the ISPK, not only do we do, clothing drives and food drives, but we have drug rehabilitation programs, alcohol rehabilitation programs, prison reformation, children adoption, security. We provide so many different things, along with building the culture and spirituality. There's so many different things we add to the community, but it starts with things like this. How important do you think, just a clothing drive, just winter provisions to make sure people don't go cold, is a beginning? How important do you think that is for tribes and reservations like this?
I think that's extremely important. When I worked at the Boys and Girls Club, there was a lot, as far as, even when I don't want to say just then, even while growing up, before I turned of age, I was the person where we used to, wear socks on our hands, to keep warm. And they make fun of it now, and maybe it is funny to us that lived through it. But from the, looking at it, as a mother now, it's not so fun. It's not funny. But wearing bread bags on over your socks and to keep your feet warm. We didn't have sleds. We used to cut cardboard boxes up and use them to go sliding down the hills. So we improvised. And if we had, an organization like you coming, that would have been a godsend. So every little bit helps. And I'm glad that there's an organization like you that are out there doing these things, because you don't know how many, the little bitty things, even if it's I know I had gotten thank yous for
you're a black Marine or a black whatever in the white man's military, that make them want to kill you more. Like when they see the uniform on you, they get an extra disdain for you. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't understand why in the hell do you want to fight for them.
Cared enough about your trials and tribulations, the things that you suffered through, and how to get out of that. That's your history. You don't need a white man to have no remembrances for it.
If you chastise the child too hard, or you create trauma. If you don't say nothing to the child, then you making them soft.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't no way for a black man to be right, even when he is not.
White people that's out there that want to help black and Hispanic people, the best thing you can do is just leave us the hell alone.
They are all against you. They all want to destroy you. And the ultimate goal of all of them is to put you back into slavery and subjection.
Real Nigga University in 5, 4, 3, 2, let's get it. 1.
Round Table of Truth. And for another one, you know what I mean? About to get it in something heavy like we always do every Friday night. But of course, before we go into these stories and topics that we like to go over, we got to pay homage. You know what I'm saying? We always got to pay homage on this show, because without the Most High, you know what I'm saying, none of this would be possible.
Right.
And our faith in the Lord, doing what he said and working towards getting his kingdom, which is what this podcast is all about. We want to give it up to the nigga God, Yahweh in the Hebrew.
That's right.
You understand? Also, we want to give it up to our king, you know what I'm saying, the leader of blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, the greatest revolutionary to ever walk the face of this earth.
Ever.
None other than Yahweh Shai Mashiach, right, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we got to give it up to the man with the plan, none other than Commanding General Yohana.
That's right.
You understand? Who is the head of the ISUBK? You understand? Doing what he do. You know, General Yohana said something real heavy. He made it a mission to every priest in here. When you come in here and get this oil poured on your head, it's your job to go out there and get the rest of your brothers. You know what I mean? Get them out there,
right.
out this hellhole called America, out this cesspool called America.
Damn right.
That's and as far as our brothers and our neighbors, you know what I'm saying, according to the records of the Bible, that would be Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You understand?
Right, sir.
We got a hell of a show planned here tonight. We want to thank everybody for joining us. Of course, it's a day after a very disgusting holiday that everybody celebrated. Not everybody. Of course, the brothers and sisters in the ISUBK did not celebrate that.
That's
You
right.
see what I'm saying? We did not bow our knee
Right.
to the God of our oppressor, right? And we love our Native Indian brothers and sisters too much to take part in a so-called Thanksgiving. Right.
Mhm. Damn right.
Get me right on that, Aaron. That's right. You know, we love our brothers and sisters too much to take part in that. So where we at with it? What's new?
Hey, Cap, if I could,
Please.
you know what I mean, with everything going on in the world, Thanksgiving, you know, that one most diabolical things about Thanksgiving is that you know what I mean, you know, with us as Black people celebrating, that's one thing, but that know that Hispanics and Native Americans are celebrating Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I think that's the most diabolical thing on the earth because they're the natives. They're the natives to America.
Right. They're the people in whom the atrocity of the pilgrims coming over and slaughtering that Pacific tribe, you know what I'm saying, is diabolical. But go ahead, my
But no, because like I keep bringing, I'm a beat this horse until it's dead and dust.
Please.
That our Hispanic brothers need to realize that they Native Americans also. You know what I'm saying? We got everybody talk about North American Indians, North American Indians, North American Indians. You know what I mean? And we can never talk about them enough because those brothers and sisters population has been dwindled down to like a pinky fingernail.
Right.
You know what I mean? But the Central American Indians and the South American Indians,
right?
You know what I mean? Nobody ever talk about them.
That's
but
it.
Those are the Mexicans, the Colombians, the Guatemalans, you know what I'm saying? The Argentinians, the Puerto Ricans, you know what I'm saying? Our brothers and sisters on the islands and, you know what I mean, in Central and South America, they got to realize that the Incans, the Mayans, and the Aztecs were Native American Indians also.
Right.
They just haven't been called by the white man officially as a Native American tribe.
Right.
But they were here when Columbus arrived here. They were here when the stinking pilgrims arrived here.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? They were the natives and they went through a slaughter and a genocide and a slavery.
Right.
Just like the North American Indians did, sir. You know what I mean? So
give it up.
Now, if I may, sir, it's almost like they making sure all the nations is rivaling against their own selves. You got Black police officers that's in Black neighborhoods that's detaining Black people. You got ICE agents that's in Hispanic neighborhoods that's detaining Hispanic brothers and sisters. Now you got this whole mission of Thanksgiving is a family day instead of what the genocide was the white man came over here and took a people's land and made it their own and murdered them by the boatloads. So like as you see yesterday, you saw so many people who actually went out and celebrated this holiday. You are a Benedict Arnold to your own people if you Black, Hispanic, and North American Indian.
That's it. That's it. Listen, give it up. Hey man, listen. Black people, man, listen, all the atrocities that happen to us, you know what I'm saying? It's like Captain Tazaryak said it best. It's like us celebrating, you know what I'm saying, the transatlantic slave trade. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like imagine, you know, the white man coming up with a holiday that is basically, you know what I'm saying, celebrating the transatlantic slave trade, right? You wouldn't sit down and celebrate that.
Right.
At least I hope you wouldn't.
Right.
But we so goddamn destroyed that,
you know, because of the religion of Christianity, you know what I'm saying, we think that it's God's plan to join our enemy.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because of the brainwashing of Christianity. See, and if you think it's God's plan to join your enemy, then guess what? Whatever he celebrate, you gonna celebrate. You understand? Whatever he believe, you gonna believe.
Right.
Even though no matter how diabolical this day is, you know what I'm saying, that you gonna take on the spirit of these particular people. And man, we've become like the white man he's cold. You know what I'm saying? These are people that don't have a soul,
right?
And blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, because we choose to follow these people, we now walk around soulless ourselves. See what I'm saying? When we wasn't always like that. We a very loving people. You know, we the ones that came up with the term "my brother," my sister.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, all the hell we've been through in this place, we supposed to, you know what I mean, be closer than anybody. We supposed to know what it is to love you. We supposed to love our people more than anybody, seeing all the hell that we've been through. And there's no way that you a person of integrity, you know what I'm saying, if you sat down and ate that meal. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't gonna go ahead.
Oh, come on, I just wanted to say,
please,
because like at the same time, we have our black leaders that are always saying, "Forget about the past. You know, everything it happened long ago. Let's only focus on the future." I think Charleston White said that not too long ago in an interview. And like when I read a quote the other day. Of course, we know everything is the Lord's, you know, every domain or whatever the case may be.
Right.
But like sometimes, like the course of history can change by depending of the people of power in power. You're like, you know, if we wait like say 50 more years, like you know how they're changing the history of the transatlantic slave trade and calling it the trans migration now.
Right.
You understand? Like the people in power dictate how history moves when it comes down to the kingdoms and society. You know, that's how important. That's why the Bible's so important, because it has the true history up in it, and not believing only in the kingdom that's in power at that time.
Damn right. Give it up. Right. So listen, man, we're gonna save some meat on that bone, you know what I mean, as far as the whole situation with Thanksgiving. Of course, we're gonna have Captain Katazai. He'll be joining us shortly. Big, powerful captain in the ISUBK, so-called Puerto Rican, you know what I'm saying, but according to the Bible, Ephraimite. You know what I'm saying? Tribe of Ephraim. He'll be joining us to talk about a book that he just released about the tribe of Gad, right? Which is the tribe of Gad is the North American Indians. He's gonna be going over that book, you know what I mean, talking about that. We're gonna bring him on soon, which is heavy. Saying that Thanksgiving was about the slaughter and the enslavement, the rape, you know what I'm saying, and so much other the identity stripping of the North American Indians. We're gonna bring him on tonight. And we also gonna have Chicago's own Officer Karyash.
That's right.
In here, you know what I'm saying? Give it up, man. Right. Officer Karyash will be joining us shortly to speak about, you know what I'm saying, the truth of Thanksgiving and what was the inception of it, how it was started and why it was started, all of that. We're gonna be bringing him on real soon. And with that though, you know, what we going first, Lamar?
Come on, first off, we have a video of how the people over in Poland that they've been doing like the blackface like faithfully out there, man. And it's in the mock all black, so-called black Hispanic Native Indians.
Right. Yeah, let's get into it. Check it out.
Can only make me stronger. I need you to carry up down, cause I can't wait much longer. I know I got to be right now, cause I can't get much stronger. Man, I've been waiting on right. That's how long I've been holding.
Yeah, that's it.
I need you right now. That I need dollar is what I need. And if I share with you my story, would you share your dollar with me? You mean that's not when I put up a lot. That's not
a woman supposed to be Wiz Khalifa.
Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. I put it down from their whip to my diamonds. I'm in black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. I don't know what you don't care. I'll give you my love if you don't care. So what is wrong? What is wrong? Give me a song. What is wrong? Baby, don't hurt me. Tiki tiki free, Ramaya, Ramaya, Kuku Ramaya, Avantu Ramaya, Miranda Kumbaya, Oh Ramaya, Kuku Ramaya, Avantu Ramaya, Nikumbala. Then I can do it. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. It's Georgia, oh my mind.
Ray Charles.
Yeah, oh yeah. Hey, I shot a Justin old sweet song.
Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Liberation Aquarius.
Nice.
That's insane.
You can drop it right there. You know what I'm saying? Where we going? Go ahead, Raj Karab. Yeah.
People were cosplay rappers.
Yeah.
Thinking Jesus Christ.
That's a heavy point. Get the brother a hand. Right. But here's the thing, you know what I'm saying? It's so heavy. You say that, like, okay, they have to put on a black face and do these type of things because they are people that don't have a culture.
Right.
See what I'm saying? They are people that don't have the flavor that you have. So they gotta, I mean, this was in Poland. You know what I'm saying? And here's the sad part. They not even the sad part, but here's the real part about it. They don't think they did nothing wrong.
Come.
You know what I'm saying? By painting their faces black and imitating the culture and the people, you know what I'm saying, that are not them. You see what I'm saying? To them, they ain't did nothing.
Be 80% sales. They don't want to, not have food in the refrigerator, but they want to be like Kanye. They want to be like, Ray Charles, because those were the ones who were the entertainers. Like the Bible said, we're gonna sing, we're gonna be dancing and singing. They want us to sing a song and dance for them. That's what they want us for. They want that flavor because it's something that's entertaining, but they don't want to be the nation that's not designed, which is the Black, Hispanics, Native American Indians.
Right.
Come on, Mike.
Hey, Cap. What's even more diabolical? The brainwashing on our people, the mind control and the witchcraft is deeply set. Is because I scroll through the comments.
Please.
You know what I'm saying? And in the comments, I'm looking at black people saying, well, this isn't racist. I once said I'm a black world traveler.
Yeah.
And I just want to let you all, this is not racist.
You're right.
Like, hey, look, anytime a white person puts on black face and expresses nigga movements,
right,
it's racist.
That's it.
They're not honoring our people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they've been stealing music, they've been stealing culture, they've been stealing ideas, inventions. They stole everything they can from us and they flaunt it in our face.
Come on.
You know what I mean? Like you said, got the first black actors on television were white people in black face acting buffoonish
That's it.
or savage.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? To portray with bug eyes. You know what I'm saying? And they painted their lips real big and red or white to imitate us.
Right.
And that's a tradition they have kept since the early 1900s or whatever, and it still goes on today. And this video is proof.
That's a fact. Go ahead, Jordan.
What's heavy about this as well is with the technology boom that's happening with AI, in a minute they ain't gonna have to, do none of this. They're gonna be able to take whatever star voice that they want to have, and they're gonna be able to sound exactly like that stuff. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna have to worry about the imagery or anything, you know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna be able to make a computer generated person that they want. You know what I'm saying? To make whatever kind of music they want.
That's it. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Lamar. You got it.
Today I showed a video to Mapataza. They have an actual spray on that will actually make their skin look just like ours. And it can wash off the same night.
That's it.
You understand? Like they ain't just trying to do this as mimicry. Like they're going to slowly try to become us.
That's it.
You understand? While they getting rid of the Hispanics, they getting rid of the so-called us right now in the ghettos everywhere else. They're slowly going to infiltrate and actually try to become us.
That's it.
And because we're so whitewashed and America loves everybody type style, we won't even be able to tell who's who anymore.
Man, listen. What's so heavy, Yock, is that this is 2025.
Right.
My yard just said they started doing this in the late 1800s, right? Which I thought white people had changed.
Right.
I thought, you know what I'm saying, they was, I thought they was moved to a place of where they was better people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This ain't even in America. This in goddamn Poland.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Which goes to show you no matter where you go in the earth, you know what I'm saying, you're hated and you're a mock. You know what I'm saying? No matter where you go, you think it's just here in America, you know what I'm saying? But no matter where you set foot, you know what I'm saying, in the earth, you're gonna be treated this way.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And
Right,
so it's the same thing over and over, you know what I'm saying? Should you be offended by it? I mean, it's your choice. I ain't really offended, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I know this is who white people are. Once you know who they are, you shouldn't be surprised by anything that they do. You see what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, like the Bible says we are the salt of the earth. You know what I'm saying? We are a very gifted people, but not just entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Like we said it a couple of shows ago, as far as inventions, anything that we do, you know what I'm saying? We the best at whatever we do because we the Lord's chosen people.
Right.
And Raj Karab said it. He said it best. You know what I'm saying? He had the best comment, in my opinion. Everybody had good comments. I ain't gonna say the best comment, but a comment that everybody should walk away with and think deeply about, which is if they imitating our entertainers, then what other form of people of ours did they imitate and steal?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And when you go in that Bible, you'll find out, we were talking about it early, that the word nigga is in the Bible.
That's right.
Not pronounced nigga, pronounced nigga. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So when you go in that Bible, you find out that Jesus Christ, Moses, Isaiah, Jeremiah, that these was all niggas.
Damn right.
You understand? Now, me saying that, you know what I'm saying, to a person who's been a Christian, that's hard to the ear to even understand that. You see what I'm saying? Because first of all, they say, well, you shouldn't use that word.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's
right.
All that word means is black.
That's
You're
it.
saying white people use it to try to, you know what I'm saying, make you feel bad, right? But that's all it means is black. You know what I'm saying? The term black, you know what I'm saying, is all through the Bible. Solomon said, I am black and beautiful. You see what I'm saying? So it's always a what's the word I'm looking for? It's a context to the word. Now, of course, when white people use it, they use it, you know what I'm saying, to be, you know what I mean, to insult you. But when we use it as a term of love.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why we got on the wall Real Nigga University. That's why we tell you God is a nigga. That's why we tell you Jesus Christ is a nigga.
Right.
All the prophets was niggas. Now it's hard to hit at me like, ugh, because partly of that brainwashing has to do with because we the people that the entire earth hate. How is it that we so gifted and talented, but yet so hated? It ain't all making sense.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like what it means is this: we are a very influential people.
That's it.
Anything that we do, the entire earth want to do it, even though they hate you.
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying? So why don't we be influential in a way that we should be above all things. The hell with trying to be influential with just singing and dancing and playing sports. Enough of that. That ain't gonna get us nowhere. That's treadmill. You know what I'm saying? Action. You know what I'm saying? You feel like you making progress from entertaining the earth, but you really ain't making none. You see what I mean? While like our youth are destroyed, our family structure destroyed. You know what I'm saying? Our spiritual belief system destroyed. You know, all these things are destroyed. So why don't we go and be really the salt of the earth? Really, what makes us the salt of the earth is our morality. You know what I'm saying? Is the human, you know, the humanitarianism in Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Because of course, no other people, you know what I'm saying, would join people that didn't hated them for 500 years. You know what I'm saying, like us.
Damn right.
You get what I'm saying?
Come.
You know, so that, I just wanted to say that, man. Go ahead,
It's like, and not to beat a dead horse, Captain.
Please.
If I can add one last thing about this,
please,
for the brothers and sisters that'll look at this and say that, oh, we overreaching and going too far, and it's not racist. We brought out, I believe, late last year, sir, that you know what I'm saying, sometime last year, that there was Edomites going around in blackface. They had these black latex masks that look real. And they put these masks on and they put a hat on and some sunglasses, and they are going around committing crimes. They're going around robbing banks. They're going around unaliving young black men and women and children. They're going around carjacking. They're going around committing all types of heinous crimes in black face, so that black people can get blamed and the police can track us down, because we fit the description of some Edomite in blackface.
That's it.
You know what I mean? So at no point in time or in history has it been or will it be okay for an Edomite to put some brown paint on himself and imitate our actions, our motions, our speech patterns, and the way that we live and strive in this world. It's unacceptable.
Damn right. Give it up. Give it up. But listen, they would be highly offended, you know what I'm saying, if we had a show where we went on stage and imitated them.
I'm right.
You know what I'm saying? We went up there with our chocolate face and painted our faces, you know what I'm saying, to be pale.
Right.
And act like Elvis Presley, you know what I'm saying, who couldn't dance worth a lick.
Right.
He up there trying to be like, what was the cat he tried to imitate? Chuck Berry.
Chuck Berry, yeah.
He up there, but except when he danced, it looked like he had having a damn seizure. You know what I'm saying? That day he was trying to, you know what I mean? Get me right on that. Imagine you went up there, y'all down, and painted your face to look like Larry Bird and started shooting jump shots. You see what I'm saying? Or we went up there and painted our face to be George Washington or something. You see what I'm saying? White people would look at that and be totally offended by that.
Damn right, sir. That's
Go
right.
ahead, Lamont.
If I may,
Please.
because of social media and because of, you know, the Christian church, what white people have done to the black people's mind is made everything fun and games. You know, so we don't take anything seriously anymore. That's why we're so okay when we see white people doing blackface and, oh, it's just a joke, don't take it seriously, it's not racist, because they've conditioned us to believe that nothing that white people do when it pertains to us isn't wrong.
Right.
It's just fun and games.
That's it.
Well, life isn't about fun and games.
That's it.
You understand? Everything that has a consequence and everything has some meaning behind it.
That's right.
You understand? So white people doing blackface and imitating black people, it's not fun and games.
Right.
It's them degrading you in your face and you thinking it's fun.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Where we going next?
You want to go to the next story, or did you want to do
yeah, real quick, man. Officer Yaradan just joined us. Yeah, Officer Yaradan, man. Just joined us, just walked in, man. Yaradan, we talked about it last week. Brother just went through a very, very rough situation. Of course, your son, man, had a heart surgery, you know what I'm saying? And but he's good to go, you know what I'm saying?
I'm right.
He's back like normal, running around, causing mischief. Yeah.
Keeping me up all times of the night.
No doubt, you know what I'm saying? But we definitely wanted to talk about that, man, and what was that experience like to have how old is your son?
2 years.
2 years old, you know what I'm saying? What was that like to have your son go through heart surgery, which is a very, very serious surgery? That's you talking about your heart, you know what I'm saying? What was that experience like, you know what I'm saying, to go through that, if I may?
Well, just you know, for any parent out there, or even if you haven't experienced parenthood, like one of the most heart-wrenching things that you're gonna go through is your kids, you know what I'm saying, being sick, or you know what I'm saying, like something wrong with them that you can't, you know what I'm saying, do anything about. It's
Right,
like, you
right.
know, it's like it's you in a position you feel like, you know, you're helpless, you know what I'm saying?
Real
Because,
talk, real
you know what I'm
talk.
saying? It's just, you know what I'm saying, we just grateful for, you know what I'm saying, that the doctors, you know, that I already had a plan set up for everything that he would have to go through,
Mhm.
but it still doesn't stop the fact when you do have to face that, you know what I'm saying, when you do have to face that time where he gotta get hurt, when they gotta open up his old chest, you know what I'm saying? They gotta, you know, put him on a machine so, you know, his heart can still beat while they doing the surgery.
Mhm.
So it's nerve wracking when you away, because you can't be by his side during this time.
Yeah,
You
right,
know,
yeah.
operating room. You just gotta go somewhere, you know what I'm saying, for hours on hours, and just hope for the best.
Right,
So
damn right.
it's nerve wracking.
Damn right, damn right. And what was your mindset at, you know what I'm saying, as the surgery was going on, right? Like, meaning, what was your faith at, and you know what I'm saying, as far as, you know, seeing him through this, you know, what was your mind at as far as that?
You know what? It's just like I will really say, like, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, I talked to my father, I talked to Commander General Yohana, and everybody, you know what I'm saying, on down, you know, to yourself, you know what I'm saying? Everybody here gave me so much encouragement. It was like, it's like, you know what I'm saying, I knew we gotta go through this, and it's just like, it was just like, you know, I knew that, you know what I'm saying, he would make it through this. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, that was my mindset, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, being in the truth, you know, like, you know what I'm saying, the Most High is with you. You know what I'm saying? You know, the Most High, you know what I'm saying, ain't trying to punish you for anything, because you know, all your sins, you know what I'm saying, have been, you know what I'm saying, paid for by our King.
Damn
you know what I'm
right,
saying?
that's right.
And we living our life now, you know what I'm saying, we living a life that, you know what I'm saying, we not, you know, it's not punishable by things like this anymore. So, you know what I'm saying, I just had the faith that he will make it off the strength of that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the encouragement that I got from all my brothers.
Damn right, give it up, man. And of course, your rib, who is an amazing sister in the truth. Adar is her name. Everybody know Adar. You know what I'm saying? How was that like? You know what I mean, to, you know, be so in support of your wife. What was that like?
You know, it was a good thing in this such. It is like when you have a true, you know what I'm saying, marriage, and a, you know what I'm saying, and that type of relationship with your woman as you're supposed to have, it's like y'all like a team. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you know, a lot of people in the world, they focus on 50-50 and you know, and who making the money and who doing all that. But when you in the truth, you know what I'm saying, that you have a true wife, you know what I'm saying, y'all just have each other back. When I'm tired, you know what I'm saying, she would let me go and sleep in the corner. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
We had a system, like, you know what I'm saying? So one of us was be sitting by bedside.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so whenever the doctor, nurse come in, you know what I'm saying, we assisting them, helping them moving around, you know, so different things like that. Assisting if he wake up uncomfortable and different things like that. So, you know, she'd be in the corner sometimes, and then she'd come relieve me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that was just, you know what I'm saying, it just, I believe, build the bond that we had, you know what I'm saying?
Even stronger. That's heavy. You know, any brother got any questions, y'all more than welcome to ask as well. How long was y'all in the hospital?
We was in the hospital until, I think we got out this last Monday, I believe. Yeah, we got out Monday. So we was in there like a weekend. I would say like a week and 5 days. So that we were about 12 days. Yeah, about 12 days. Yeah.
What was the hospital food like?
You know what? Like, you know what? Like that hospital down there, it wasn't extremely bad down there. They got a couple little restaurants in there, so we would grab stuff like Burrito Beach. It even had a Harold's truck down there, so we ate that one.
Damn, y'all was able to get some Harold?
Yeah, so you know, it wasn't the best, but you know what I'm saying, it wasn't like we was slumping it, you know what I'm saying?
I got you. But little man pulled through, man. You know, man. What's the brother's name again?
His name is Nathulakam, which means battle tested in Hebrew.
Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Listen, heart surgery is definitely being battle tested at 2 years old. You see what I'm saying? Now I got to ask you this part. How was his siblings? How did they take it and how they make it through the situation?
Well, you know, it's funny because my baby girl, she wanted to be the most involved. She wanted updates and she wanted pictures, all that, you know what I'm saying, right away. And the other kids was kind of like, let us wait till we get out of school till we see any pictures. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? They did pretty good. And then when they actually did come and visit them, they came and he had the surgery on Wednesday the 12th, you know what I'm saying? So that Sunday, you know, they was able to come out and visit him and see him, and you could tell that, you know what I'm saying, like it just gave him so much joy because he hadn't smiled. He hadn't smiled until he had seen them, and then he started smiling. You know what I'm saying? From that day on forward, he started smiling a little more and more until he got back to himself.
Damn right, because you got to think for a 2-year-old child, it's a very scary situation to be in a hospital. You got wires and tubes connected to you.
Right.
You see them, you look up, you know what I'm saying? You looking at the people you looking to is all strangers.
Yes, sir.
You see what I'm saying? Like that's some very, you know what I mean, a rough thing to go through. And to see, you know what I mean, you finally get to see his siblings, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. That's of course, like you say, he brought a smile to his face. And it just goes to show you, you know what I'm saying, how important family is.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You need family, you know what I'm saying, to make it through tough situations. You know what I'm saying? That's why the brotherhood and sisterhood, you know what I'm saying, in the ISUBK, I said it 2 weeks ago on the Facebook post, I ain't seen nothing better.
That's
you
right.
See what I'm saying? And let me tell you something. You don't need this brotherhood and sisterhood, you know what I'm saying? Just like it took, he needed that to make it through that surgery, brother, we gonna need that to make it up out of this captivity. See what I'm saying? We definitely ain't gonna get out this situation hating each other, you know what I'm saying, and having gender wars. You know, did you hear what the brother said? Him and his wife stood together. They ain't worried about no 50, who paying 50 this and 50 that.
Right.
Like that ain't, you know, enough of that. You see what I'm saying? Like it took this brother and this sister, you know what I'm saying? First and foremost, they faith in the Most High.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's start right there. You know what I'm saying? Then being there for each other because they needed to be, you know what I'm saying, for each other to be there for their child.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And this is, we need to take a lesson in this. You know what I mean? So,
right.
Please, Lamar.
So if I may,
Please.
like what you said, having faith in the Most High is so strong. Like that goes for like you overzealous Israelites out there saying that, you know, I'm just going to pray on it. My family member might be sick. You know, the Lord will watch over them. It's not that simple. You understand? When it comes down to your health and things like that, the scriptures say, seek ye a physician. You understand? Meaning like if you sick, go to a doctor. Get yourself checked out. Make sure everything's good with you. And you understand, if you need help, go seek it. You can't just pray and say, oh, "Okay, heal this wound on me," and you're gonna be healed because you have faith in the Most High. You understand? For the faith to actually work, you need somebody's hands and to check you out. You understand? The Lord ain't gonna come down from the spiritual realm and just magically heal you.
Right.
You got to go to a human and let that human examine you, and the Most High is gonna guide that human in the way He wants it to go. You understand? So I just wanted to make sure that.
And it's like, so if I could,
Please.
like, you know what I'm saying, going through like, and Most High and Barakatah Yahweh shot it. You know what I'm saying? Our nephew is, you know what I'm saying, doing good and well. In the picture, he looked like he's about to start ordering room service. You know what I mean? Like we had to make an appointment with his secretary to come see her. You know what I mean? But you know, on a realistic note, like, you know what I'm saying, going through this, you know what I'm saying, like, how has it been? Because you're a mighty man in this work of the Lord, sir. You know what I'm saying? You're a brother that I depend on myself for counsel on certain things. Your strength helps me. You know what I'm saying? And that's what brotherhood is about. How has this been like on you personally? You know what I mean? And my sister, you know what I mean? I can imagine this is a trying time. You know what I mean? And there's brothers and sisters that are going through similar, you know, maybe not exactly the same, but similar times with their children or family members. You know what I mean? So how has this been towards you, and let people know what's kept you focused and strong and in sync, if you could, Baba Gashar.
No, that's a heavy question, and a lot of people do they ask about that, what I'm saying. And when it boiled down to it, I believe mostly my mindset was, what I'm saying, is just being there to support him, what I'm saying,
Right.
taking it off myself.
Right.
I ain't really, what I'm saying, really want to take in like, oh, what I'm saying, like this happened to my son, like he's going through the pain, what I'm saying? So I'm there to support him. So it's like I put my feelings to the side, and I've been cool, what I'm saying. I've been cool. Of course, a brother in the school, we know, like, he's like being away from the work is like I'm seeing y'all look, what I'm saying, on the street, what I'm saying, what I'm saying, y'all doing the podcast,
Right.
I want to be involved. Of course, what I'm saying, but I knew this time was needed for my family needed me to be there, what I'm saying. So my wife and what I'm saying, my son. So I kind of put myself to the back burner. So honestly, I can't say that I what I'm saying, felt like, what I'm saying, like been really dealing with anything else. I've just been, what I'm saying, remove myself out the way and been more focused on them and their feelings.
Damn right. Give it up, man. Look, man, Nas is home. You know what I mean? He back keeping Yaradon up. It's what, 2 in the morning,
3 in the morning.
2 in the morning. He back to himself.
Yeah.
So man, that's amazing thing, man. Rockataya Waya Howard Shy. Right. That's Lamar. What we going next?
Come on. So we got something talking about some black soldiers gravestones and stuff were removed out of funerals, I believe.
Oh my God. Please. I think you got to read this.
Come on. I'll read it. The 2 panel. First it says black soldiers removed from WW2 memorial sparks fury from family. Two panels commemorating the efforts of African American soldiers fighting in Europe 80 years ago have been removed from the visitor center and the American Cemetery in the Netherlands. The first panel detailed the life of George H. Pruitt, a New Jersey-born telephone engineer who died in 1945 while attempting to rescue a fellow soldier from a river in Bremen. The second provided information on the strict policy of segregation in the U.S., military during World War II, and journey of many soldiers into post-war civil rights movements. The town's mayor has urged the commission to reconsider the removal of the displays and give the stories of Black American soldiers permanent attention in the visitor center.
Nice.
I mean, that's the American way right there. You know what I mean? Like, it goes to show you, and we just ain't gonna never be accepted in this place. Right? You know what I'm saying? They remove these cats. Basically, they're removing their remembrance. You know what I'm saying, of what they did. And when they say is WW2 is that was something they participated in World War II,
right?
Which black soldiers, they participated in every war in America. Wouldn't be no America, you know what I'm saying, without the wars that America won to become this empire, right? And we participated in every last one of them.
Damn right.
And so now they want to remove, you know what I'm saying, the remembrance of some soldiers that helped them win a war.
Right.
I mean, I don't know, you know what I'm saying, how much more you need to see, you know what I'm saying, about how diabolical, you know what I mean, these people are to where they want to wipe out your memory. See what I'm saying? I mean, it's totally insane. You know what I'm saying? So it goes to show you, which black people say this all the time, a black man ain't got no place in the white man's military.
That's a fact,
you know what I'm saying? That's probably the most intelligent thing that can be said, because why would you fight for an empire that's trying to destroy you? Every time you fight for them and make them stronger, that makes the empire strong enough to even be more evil to you.
Right.
See what I'm saying? But of course, brother, America ain't just about a place of slavery. It's also it's witchcraft that goes with this slavery. Right? They enslave you and then they control your mind.
Right.
You understand? They're the master of controlling your mind, right? Hence, you know what I'm saying, you just got through celebrating Thanksgiving yesterday.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like black people, you know what I mean? I'm coming to you, Ron One. Black people say all the time that they got Indian in their blood. Don't they say that?
Right.
Yeah, they quit to tell you that. They got some long hair. I got Indian in my family.
In my blood. Right.
I'm Cherokee. My grandmother was Cherokee. But none of that matters, you know what I'm saying, come Thanksgiving Day.
Right.
You ain't talking about you got Indian in your family then. You don't give a damn. You get my point? Because why? You just doing what your slave master told you to do. Everything you do in America is because white people taught you to do it. They taught you to do it. Whether you want to admit it or not, you know what I'm saying? And listen, these people are disgusting, vile people.
That's a
you know what I'm saying? So you want to know why black people, why we live the life that we do, why we men and women have gender wars, because white women and white men have gender wars. Right. You want to know why we homosexuals now? Because white people are homosexuals. You want to know why we hate one another? White people hate one another. You see what I'm saying? We have took on the spirit of our oppressor, which is the worst thing that you can do. But then the Lord, you know what I'm saying, he rolls up prophets so to be able to come and show you a different way, that following them is not how we gonna get out of this captivity.
Right.
Because believe it or not, we still in captivity. You see what I'm saying? So now we got to say to ourselves, how do we get Native Indians, blacks, and Hispanics out of this captivity? Is by transforming the minds of the people. That's the point of this podcast. That's the point of the brothers going on the street corners. Like we was talking about mocking earlier. You know what I'm saying? How white people put on the black face, and people now mock us on being on the street corners. You know what I'm saying? But you better start paying attention to what's being said on them street corners. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures say, you know what I'm saying, by the foolishness of preaching. The foolishness of preaching, meaning we look like goddamn fools out there, dressed different from everybody, saying some of the things that you never thought you would hear be said, or whatever the case may be. But you better start to examine the truth in what we're saying.
Damn
right. You get my point? Here we are going over a story where a cat gave his life because he thought that was the right thing to do. And so many countless brothers and sisters have joined the white man's military thinking that this was the right thing to do. Right? The spiritual dimension behind it is this, Yardan. If we fight for America, man, they got to accept us. You know what I'm saying? If we fight for them, we're gonna go overseas and get on battleships. They got to one day accept us. When fought in World War I, the soldiers in World War I, they that's what kicked off the Red Summer. Like the Red Summer was when there was over 3,000 black men hung from trees. The singer Billie Holiday, she sung about it. It was called Strange Fruit. That's what I made it come with the song, because it was so many bodies, you know what I'm saying, that were hung. Well, guess what sparked that? What sparked that was black soldiers coming back from World War I, and they came back proud, wearing their uniform, and white people were offended that they wore a United States uniform. You get my point? Meaning these people hate you so much. It's like, damn, I mean, what are we talking about, man? What are we talking about? Like, black people, you got to wake the hell up.
Damn right.
So these people hate you so much, they don't even want you to help them. But you helped them. It's like a man, again, they drowning. You stick out your black hand to pull them out the water, and they get up out the water and smack you in your face and said, I'd rather die than you help me.
Right.
Now, what type of hatred is that?
It's deep rooted.
Right.
Huh?
Deep rooted.
Deep rooted. All right. Go ahead, Ramawan. Go ahead. Look. I ain't got my phone. Which phone you said? We got Captain Kadazar. Man, listen, we go on in a second. We're gonna bring Captain Kadazar on the line to talk about his new book that he just released. He gonna show everybody where to go purchase it and get it and all that. You know what I mean? Right. Go ahead. Let's finish up this story. We're gonna go to Captain Kadazar next. Go ahead.
If I may,
please.
I wanted to say, like, at the same time, like we reading stories like this where we get our plaques are getting removed from, you know, historical events that we fought and died for. But at the same time, the same family stands up every Sunday or any other day pledging their allegiance to the flag.
Yeah.
You understand? Like, you pledging your allegiance to the same flag that disrespects the ones that of your family members that died for the flag.
That's it.
You understand? Like, how big of an idiot can you be at this point?
Right.
You understand? To believe America truly values you in this place.
Right.
Like you're not even allowed to not salute the flag. Look at the NFL. You can't even take a knee, or you can't play in that game.
That's it.
To my point, like you have to love the country that does not love you back, and not the fact that you celebrating Thanksgiving, you're celebrating all their holidays and pledging allegiance to the flag is mind-boggling.
Damn right. What we got to stop doing is stop worrying about being acknowledged by them.
Right.
When we just, you know what I'm saying? It's like again, we got that whole owner pet syndrome. You know what I'm saying? Where a pet is constantly trying to, show, you know what I'm saying, this dog owner, you know what I mean, that it can roll over. The dog want to throw that ball, man. That dog is sprinting to go get that damn tennis ball and bring it back to his owner. You know what I'm saying? To impress him. That's us. That's Black and Hispanics and Native American Indians. Whether you want to accept it or not, is just the truth. We in this place constantly, you know what I'm saying, looking for the approval of white people. So much so that we willing to go fight overseas, you know what I'm saying, for America while we being oppressed in America. Right. That doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? That's the people that are totally psychotic to where you suffering under racism and oppression, you know what I'm saying, under this and second class citizenship in this country, and then you're gonna go fight for this country. You're gonna go play sports and run Olympic events for this country, for the place that hate you. You see what I'm saying? That is something that will forever keep you, you know what I'm saying, in slavery. Why don't we do this, man? Why don't we say to hell with their military?
Right.
Let's join our own military. Let's be concerned about our own cause. You understand? Let's be happy to get awards from our own award show.
Right.
You understand? Like let's learn to love being acknowledged by ourselves. The hell being acknowledged by them. You understand? Y'all done?
Hey, Cap, man, as you were saying that, it was so heavy to me because I just had an uncle just passed away like a month ago. You know what I'm saying? And he was in Esau's military during Vietnam. He was a Purple Heart recipient and everything. The brother actually almost lost his life in the war. The only way he was able to survive he grabbed his shooter, and bit him in the face. That's the only way he was able to survive. You know what I'm saying? The war. So he was the Purple Heart recipient. They didn't even come out to do the 21 gun salute at his funeral. You know what I'm saying? They didn't do none of that. You know what I'm saying? But at his funeral, they had his picture, his military picture, and different things like that. But he had accomplished so many things in his life because, you know, I'm from the hood. I don't want a lot of my family didn't have a lot of accomplishments. He was an accomplished brother. Right. He showed a lot of the men in our family how to be a man and raise their family. He had 6 kids that he raised up, you know what I'm saying, grandkids and all that he had built up. And those accomplishments was so much more than him spending that time when he was 18, 19 years old in that military, almost losing his life for a country that don't even care about you enough to give you a salute that's supposed to be in honor of you when you pass away. You know what I'm saying?
Damn right.
And that is what we have to understand as Black and Hispanic and Native Indian men. I know y'all, you know, on Veterans Day, y'all got to put y'all picture up. You know what I'm saying, that y'all being in the service and all of that, and y'all feel so accomplished about that, but y'all have so much more to give to the community than just that. You know?
That's it. That's it. Give a brother a hand. Man, listen, we're gonna go ahead, wrap it up on this. We're gonna bring Captain Katazal on to talk about his book that he just wrote about the tribe of Gad, which is the North American Indians. Ramawan, we ready? Cap.
Hey, shalom, Shabakatham. Y'all can hear me?
Shalom. Yabashim Yashabakatah. Can you hear us?
We can hear you loud and clear. What's happening?
Man, what's going on, Cap? Mighty Captain Katazal, formerly of the New York Camp Now down in San Antonio, causing trouble. Okay. He causes trouble wherever you go. Go ahead, y'all.
Well, I learned that from you.
Yeah. Go ahead, Cap. What'd you say?
I was saying, well, I learned all my troublemaking from you, though, Cap. So it's
oh man, listen, most high Christ. Hey, Cap, tell us about that cross the table thing you got now.
Oh, so Khan, so myself and Officer Gadaiwan, we're setting up downtown and just got approved for one of the colleges. So it's basically like cross the line in person, where we taking on any questions, any challengers, whatever the case may be. And the last time was we went out there with a sign that said Christianity is white supremacy. And that got a whole bunch of pushback, and it initially started with some I want to say bipolar devil, because one minute he was white, next minute he was native. You know what I'm saying? So we were like, yeah, you got to be a $5 Indian. And,
right, he gonna make himself a native Indian, huh?
See, the worst part was, he not only wanted to make himself a native Indian, but he was like, okay, well, since I'm native and you want me to have land back, let me get your land. And he's talking about to Gadaiwan. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you see how like you don't want to take no property from like somebody who's white. You want to take, you still want to oppress a black man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you can't, you want to try to agree with us, but then in your agreement, you still find a way to oppress. I'm like, that's how I know you're a $5 Indian. Your great grandfather must have paid $5 during the Dawes rolls. You know what I'm saying?
Right, man. Well, that's heavy, man. Big shout out to yourself and Officer Gadaiwan. You know what I mean? That brother, he for sure know how to make some powerful tapes. You know what I'm saying? I know he got a few tapes that went viral just of his camp speakers. You know what I mean? The brother is very, very well spoken. He know how to say things that will draw your attention in. Right. You know what I mean? Just another superstar in the UPK. So many superstars in the UPK. But what I like as of late is these young soldiers, you know what I'm saying, are stepping up strong in the game. We got a young soldier, you know what I'm saying, in Chicago camp who's here with us as well. Officer Karyash, get him a hand. Right, you understand? Who's an actual real, you know what I'm saying, native Indian, not a 5% fake, you know, a white man trying to impersonate to be a damn native Indian. You know what I mean? So, but Cap, I want to kind of swing it, man. You got this this book called coming out. I wanted to bring you on, seeing that Thanksgiving was yesterday, and you actually wrote a book about the native Indian tribe. Can you expound some more on that?
So this one's actually a double feature. So it's a Tribe Called Gad, and We Came from the East. So half the book is all about the tribe of Gad. The other half is basically destroying the Bering Strait, talking about how the natives got over here. You know what I'm saying? We didn't cross an imaginary or theoretical land bridge. We crossed the Atlantic. And he crossed the Atlantic, you know what I'm saying? Christopher Columbus knew where he was going. And it was a whole bunch of institutional racism, which is what caused people to believe in the Bering Strait over, you understand, what the scripture says in Ezra's, which is, they journey to a land which no man dwelt, which is the Americas. And then the first half.
Real quick, can you expound on that part where you said, because I think it's gonna go over most people's head, because you expound on that part where you said about Christopher Columbus knew where he was going.
Okay, Khan. So Christopher Columbus studied the book of Ezra's, the books of Ezra, should I say. And in doing that, he realized that there has to be another continent. So what people also don't know is Christopher Columbus's real name was Cristobal Colon, and he was not Italian. He was a Spaniard. And he was a Spaniard during the time of the Inquisition, when the king and queen of Spain and Portugal were making it outlawed for you to be any religion but Christian or Catholic. So what happens is Cristobal Colon was actually Jewish. He was a converso. He was basically converted and pretended to be a Christian so that this way he wouldn't get expelled from Spain. Jewish people helped fund and get him into power to take this trip You know what I'm saying? Because he was in search of not only riches, but like they say, like a haven for Jewish people to be able to practice their faith in a new world or whatever the case may be. So he was reading Marco Polo's diaries, journal entries, and he heard about a Hebrew speaking people. And he's like, okay, they got to be in that land, you know what I'm saying, where we haven't reached yet. So he then hires a translator by the name of Luis de Torres, who was more famously known for speaking Near Eastern languages. You know what I'm saying? So he spoke like Chaldaic and also Hebrew. So he brings a Hebrew interpreter with him, you know what I'm saying, expecting to find a Hebrew speaking people. And all this is in his journal entries. So it was using Ezra. And even if you watch the movie 1942, when he's explaining what he wants to do to like the local magistrates, he brings up Ezra. So he knew where he was sailing because he believed what the scripture says, that there was not only another continent, but there was a place where the lost tribes went where no one dwelt. And that's what he sought out to find.
Dang, that's heavy. Give it up. Yeah, man. So now all this what you said is this in the book?
So this is in the second half of the book because it's a double feature, and we came from the east, and then in the first half is a tribe called Gad, which is basically more history. So what I find is one of the number one arguments that people try to bring up against us is that that Gad doesn't fit the curses. So I bring up, you understand, to show like, listen, in the same way that, you know what I'm saying, the southern kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, who wakes up to them being Israelites, you know what I'm saying, uses Deuteronomy 28. Well, you can't remove the northern kingdom from doing that, especially the tribe of Gad, because they were oppressed on this land. They were enslaved even to a point of slave ships. And a lot of people don't know that Gad was taken on cargo slave ships, but to the Caribbean. So as they were taking over certain islands in the Caribbean, and then, you know, some of the population of like Tainos and Arawaks was depleting, they started taking Gad over there to work those plantations. All of that is in here, including Gad and Judah, you know what I'm saying, not only working together in a lot of instances, but also what a lot of people don't know is Black Wall Street, Tulsa, Oklahoma, was not only Judites, but Gadites, you know, from Gad, who was being pushed during the Indian Removal Act. So one of the places that they got pushed to was in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So and then they got reclassified as Negro and given certain last names like Freeman. So
So basically, you saying Black Wall Street was not just the tribe of Judah, so-called Negroes, but was actually, you know what I'm saying, Native Indians as well on Black Wall Street.
Katawakan.
That's heavy.
Most High in Christ.
That's heavy. You know what I'm saying? Go to show you that these brothers and sisters work together to build a very, very powerful community. You know what I mean? So I think that's heavy in itself. You know what I mean? Most High in Christ. So what else you got in that book, Cap, that would spark people's minds?
Anything also that relates to some of the prophecies in the scriptures, like, you know, just the explanation of Gad dwelling like a lion, how, you know what I'm saying, the North American Indians were hunters, you know what I'm saying, who would stalk the buffalo as their prey, you know what I'm saying, just like a lion, scalping, the prophecy of scalping, you know what I'm saying, how they rip from the forehead, you know what I'm saying. So mainly just different historical biblical records, just, you know, painting the picture and the narrative of the North American Indians, you know what I'm saying, being the tribe of Gad, as well as how a troop would overcome them, and then the history of the troops in America, you know what I'm saying, A troop, F troop, who overcame Gad, but it says Gad will overcome at last. So in the future, I'm gonna do a book. I want to visit certain sites. I've talked to Officer Tazadak about this, where you know, we go through more of the artifacts concerning Gad in North America, but we want to visit some of those sites and take some real pictures ourselves before we do that. So the book is a little bit more reliant on history and the scriptures for Gad than archaeology. But as far as we came from the East, it's got a little bit of everything. It's got a little bit of everything from paintings, artifacts, and then also historical narratives, even down to, man, Cap, what blew my mind was when I looked up even the ocean currents. And if you were to do what we said, if you were to come out the Persian Gulf, if you were to go around Africa, and then if you were to leave the southern horn of Africa and you were to try to sail to the Atlantic, you know where those currents would push you to?
Go ahead, Cap.
Either the Yucatan, the Caribbean, or Florida. And that's the exact place that when you look inside the natives' oral tradition, whether it's the Mayans, whether it's the Aztecs, whether it's Reuben, whether it's the Seminoles, they all say that that's where they came in from.
Man, that's heavy, man. Give it up. So, Cap, with this particular book right here, and is this your third or fourth book?
This is my fourth, but the third one is mixed in with this book. So this is a double feature.
And what inspired you to want to write about the tribe of Gad for this particular series?
So as far as Gad, I think I've been focused on the the Northern Kingdom or Samaria, just because what I find is, even like, there's a lot of Judites, or there's a lot of people in the world who will believe that the Jews are black. But what'll happen is, because of colorism, just ignorance of history, there's a lot of pushback when it comes down to Gad or to Ephraim or to Issachar. So the books, and in the style that like I've written them, have always been pushback, you know what I'm saying, to just defend what we believe and reinforce it. So the first book that I wrote was on Issachar. The second one was on Reuben, and it shows the difference between the Seminoles and the rest of the North American Indians. The third one was to destroy the Bering Strait. And then the fourth one is Gad, because I want to put the information out there that I think they talk the most about, so that anybody could have this information at their fingertips and for an affordable price, because a lot of these books that I reference could be $500, $800, $1,000. So that now you don't have to go hunting for a rare book and dropping the grip. You can get the sources cited right here.
Right. Damn right. Give it up. So, Cap, this book, of course, I'm sure the listeners would like to know, where can they go to purchase this book?
So presently right now, if y'all could share that in the chat, it's on tribevibes.com, or if you have the app, you can go right into the store. The brother just dropped the link in the chat. You could order directly through there, and I'll send it straight to you. I'm also going to put it in the TikTok shop, and it'll basically be there and here for now. The rest of my books are on Amazon. But as far as this double feature, it's going to be sold from me privately through Tribe Vibes.
Man, give it up.
Hosanna Christ.
Well, listen, Cap, man, you more than welcome, man, to stick with us, man. We're going to get it in for about another hour. You're more than welcome to stay online. We got Officer Karyash right here, you know what I mean? Give it up, you know what I mean? Brother did a hell of a class yesterday. He is a so-called Godite North American Indian. And we're gonna speak to this brother, man, about what he did last night with the class, and how does he feel about the whole celebration of Thanksgiving and what that means to him and things like that. So, Cap, you more than welcome to stay online if you would like. I'm not sure if you have something planned or what.
Yeah, so like I said, I do have to run. I appreciate you, you know what I'm saying, inviting me up, you know what I'm saying, to promote this, you know what I'm saying. Every time I stop in Chicago, man, I try to stop through the Round Table of Truth, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have to hit up Officer Yaradon, cop you a t-shirt, you know what I'm saying? I got mine, get you a hoodie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
All
right,
that tuning
right.
every week. These brothers is bringing out, you know what I'm saying, amazing information. And I'm telling, I think y'all got a better studio than we had at headquarters, man. Y'all, they got every camera angle, the lighting right. You know what I'm saying? Got a light that says that when they on air, I'm like, damn, we got to step our game up. I'm like, incredible.
Damn right, man. Listen, Cat, we appreciate, you know what I mean, having us informative. Listen, man, y'all heard, man, this book right here is very, very powerful.
right.
You know what I'm saying? A ton of people will try to act like they don't know what happened to the 12 tribes of Israel. You know what I'm saying? Well, Captain Kadazai, which this brother is an amazing historian, you know what I'm saying? And the work of the Lord always has been, always will be. He go and bring out information that other cats are too lazy to even try to go get. And you know what I'm saying? He disprove a ton of lies that try to say that Hispanics are not Israelites and Native Indians are not Israelites. Well, Padazar, go ahead.
Hispanics being Israelites, you know what I'm saying? He stopped a lot of groups from teaching that Hispanics not Israel. You know what I'm saying with what he brought out.
Listen, man, that's a straight up fact right there. You know what I mean? And it takes a lot of courage to bring this information out, man. So we're gonna salute Cap out. Yabashim Yao Shabrak
Shabrak Thumb. The water is always, Cap. You know what I'm saying? Good to see y'all. Lord willing, I'll be in Chicago sooner than later.
Damn right, man. Let's get it on, Cap.
Yes, sir.
Right. So look, man, now we here, Officer Karyash, giving brother a hand, you understand? Cap, I mean, I should call him a Cap. It must be a future prophecy knowledge. So Karyash taught a class yesterday, man. Explain what that class was, what it was about, you know what I'm saying? And if a person would like to view that class, what they can do to review it. View that class.
Come on, sir. Of course, I want to give a big up to Commander Hunter and Captain Marquardt.
Damn right.
Because if it wasn't for these brothers, man, you know, because, you know, I came in today with a whole different mindset of what I was going to say, you know, just off a little comment on Facebook, you know, Cap, you know, this morning of what happened. Captain Marquardt made a post about Native Americans and loving Native Americans. And how much he loves Native Americans and how he's not going to celebrate Thanksgiving. And a brother in the world told him, but the Native Americans don't love you. The black people don't love black people. Native Americans don't love, like Cat was just saying, we don't love each other. Hispanics don't love each other.
Right.
And something that was very clear about that was yesterday, which was Thanksgiving. So, of course, in the UPK under Command Jay Hunter, what we have dedicated our lives to doing is loving our people. Right. And so I wanted to teach that class yesterday, of course, with the help of the brothers from Gary, Indiana, Officer Raj, Rob, Bunny Up.
Man,
Shout out to them brothers. We did a little expose on what Thanksgiving is all about and why you shouldn't celebrate Thanksgiving, especially in this day and age. Especially you in 2025, you is more clear than ever. You behind enemy line.
Hold on 1 second. Go ahead, Ramawan.
Because I know you're going to go into it. If it's okay with you.
Please.
We play a little clip from it that we had. I did some clips from the show yesterday. Could I play a clip that you know what I'm saying he did from the class yesterday?
Please get down.
You gotta give him a couple minutes.
It's about loving thy enemy. You know what I'm saying? People automatically try to connect that with the white man.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
Not understanding that, you know, we are enemies to our own people.
That's a fact. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
And what the brother is bringing out is the very fact of, even though, you know what I'm saying, we hate each other like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
You know, we at battle, we at war with each other.
Fact.
But at the same time, you know what I'm saying, people, Commander General Hunter is raising up men to love their enemies.
Damn right. Damn
Come
right.
Expand
Damn right. Damn right.
You know what I'm saying?
And what's so heavy about what you're saying is that once again the Bible is all about context.
Right.
Because one scripture says, "Love thy enemies." Then we can pull a scripture to say, never trust our enemies, never join our enemies.
Right.
So that would tell you is two different enemies in the Bible.
Right.
The never join our enemy is talking about the white man.
Right.
It's talking about these other races. The love thy enemy is talking about those of your own people that have become your enemies.
Right.
America would never have been able to become America if during the time after the Civil War with the North and the South, the North and the South had to come together to make it a United States. But before they was a United States, they went to war with one another. But they said what? For the betterment of this country, the South is gonna have to forgive the North to what they did to them, and vice versa. You get my point, and they became one nation, which is what happens to all nations. China had the Civil War, Japan had the Civil War. Damn near every country in the earth had a Civil War. Once that Civil War was over, they had to turn and say, well, we the same people, even though we fought the Civil War, and so now we have to learn one another. Well, it's the same damn thing for blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Is it black people and Hispanics that have gang? We didn't have gang wars with Hispanics for years. But when you sit and learn that, man, you come from the same lineage of these people. Well, now you got to sit down at the table and say, well, listen, whatever we done to each other, we need to come together. And that's why the Lord said, gather yourself together, because blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indian, we all have the same enemy at this point. The white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Right.
You understand? He ain't just coming down on black people. He coming down on brown people too. I mean, that's been the whole structure of oppression here in America is the white power structure oppressing who? Black and brown people.
Damn right.
That's been the whole. That's what America's all about. You see what I'm saying? So when it says love thy enemy, black people gonna have to learn to forgive Hispanics. Hispanics gonna have to learn to forgive black people.
That's right.
This is why Christ said, "I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel." This is who Christ. I'm coming to you, Carl. This is who Christ was sent for. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indian. The people. All 12 tribes. Katazawa was just bringing it out in his book. All these people, man, then had something very horrible happen to them. Yes, the slavery. Yes, the rape. Yes, the mass murder. You know what I'm saying? But most importantly of all of it, we had our identity stripped from us.
That's right.
The Native American Indians, they don't know that they Israelites, man.
That's right.
They don't know that.
They don't.
They know now, and they start to know because of the ISUPK.
That's right.
Puerto Ricans, they don't know that they Israelites. The Seminole Indians, they don't know that they Israelites.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? The so-called Jamaicans and you Negroes. You Negroes don't know that you the real Jew. You don't know these things. And you don't know these things because a crime been done to you, man.
That's right.
Stripping your identity is the worst thing that could ever happen, because now you don't know what in the hell you doing. You don't know what, most importantly, you don't know what God you supposed to be following.
That's right.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you got a different God than white people, man.
That's right.
You got a different God than the Arabs and the Asians.
Right.
Your God is the nigga God.
Damn right.
Your God is the one that's written of in that holy Bible. And I know that's hard to get to your head. You got to say, ain't nowhere in the world us being on the bottom that we the chosen people. This can't be possible.
Right.
But why can't it be possible? Why can't it be possible that the people who are on the bottom right now are God's chosen people?
Right.
Why can't this be possible? Come on, Karyas.
Slide. So what
Please.
you're saying is so heavy, sir, because not only was our culture and our memory wiped from us, but the oppressor, and I touched on this yesterday, he played strategically against us. You know what I mean? Like you were saying, so like you was bringing out, what he did was so evil, because not only did he destroy us of our culture and our heritage, but he turned us against each other. When you tell a Native American his brother is a black man, what he gonna bring up 9 times out of 10 is the Buffalo Soldiers.
Right.
Buffalo Soldiers were the black men that the oppressor, the oppressor hired into the U.S. cavalry to overtake the Native Americans.
Right.
Then you got Native Americans that were fighting for the South, the Confederacy, during the Civil War.
Right.
Now, who do you have? You got blacks and Hispanics as ICE agents.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
got our own people, and this has been something they've done it forever.
Right.
Like now,
Yeah,
you think that 50,000 bonus was for white people? That $50,000 bonus is to entice blacks and Hispanics to hunt their own. They know you need $50,000. What the white man need $50,000 for? You heard that $50,000 and you got right to sign up. How many blacks and Hispanics talk about I ain't gonna be the police? I ain't gonna be no rat. I ain't gonna be no snitch. You know, I follow the street code. But you heard that $50,000 sign-on bonus. Nah, I guess I could be the cops. I guess I'll be the feds, man. You know what I mean? And that's what happened to us. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, our oppressor knew how to play. And it goes into it. And Black Indians, it goes into it. Lost Tribes of Promised Land, American Holocaust. That what the oppressor did was play skillfully. You know, that's why the scriptures say what? He's a cunning hunter when it comes to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. He knows how to move around. He knows how to get you to entice to want to fight one another.
Right.
So that's what's so evil about how the oppressor dealt with blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Because not only did he wipe our minds with it, but he made us come against one another time and time again in history.
Give it up, give it up. Right. Real fast. Number one, he got a clip. We're gonna have him go ahead and share this clip that was from yesterday's class.
Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, what the hell are you so thankful about on Thanksgiving? You're at war right now. The damn ICE agents are hunting you down like animals. And who's fighting for you? What are you thankful for? You're a black and Hispanic man, and you celebrating Thanksgiving. What's more you thankful for in the comment section? Are you thankful for your family? Half your family's in the grave. I'm sorry to tell you. Half of them on drugs. Half of them been molested. You have no reason to be thankful for them. We're behind enemy lines, man. Behind enemy lines, our people are sick and dying every day, man. And no one cares for us. They care for Gaza, though. And you better pray for the Ukraine. Better send some money and donations over there. But who's sending donations to the reservation? Who's sending donations to Harlem, man? Who's sending donations to Little Village?
Dang, give it, man. That's hardcore. You want to say something?
Yeah, Con. So I just wanted to say, you know, to add to the add to the points about the deception, how deep it is. Like Oscar Yas said earlier, come to find out, a lot of these ICE agents are Hispanics. You know what I mean? And black people, we kind of took, like, you know, not everybody, but some of our people are taking like a stand back, stand down type of pose. But you know, we know here in Chicago, you know what I mean, that they raided a village over on South Shore, which is a black community. That's a 98% black building. You know what I mean? And we think that's coincidence, but I have an article where it said that the landlord of the building, which is a white company that's not even in Chicago, you know what I mean, they collaborated with ICE on that raid. So ICE told them, we're going to raid your building. They didn't warn the residents. They didn't send any notices out. What this company proceeded to do, which is so diabolical, was to give the ICE agents a list of tenants that were behind on their rent or scheduled for eviction. You know what I mean?
Right. I could dig it.
So they targeted that building and those tenants specifically. So it was brothers and sisters who got dragged, black people, you know what I'm saying, who got dragged. So while we standing down, while we watching ICE agents run up in the reservation, run up in Little Village, run up in Humboldt Park, run up in all these different places, they come in our neighborhood. Commanding General Yohana warned us that they coming for us next. And they're coming for us now. Well, we got landlords, we got Edomite, which is so-called white people, collaborating with ICE, that their slumlords are going to come and tell ICE when you behind on your rent. So when ICE raids your building and they snatch you and your family and everybody else up out, they're going to make sure you don't come back. Then they're going to detain you in ICE detention facilities. And if you got a warrant, they're going to detain you for the local police department to come and arrest your black behind and lock you up. You know what I mean? So this is a whole plot against the children of Israel. Hispanics, blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, we are all Israelites. We are all God's chosen people, and America is against us in every facet of the way. And that's one of the reasons we celebrate Thanksgiving so hard every year.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Go ahead, Kaya.
So just
Please.
piggyback off what Brother Mayad was saying. It's so heavy. You know, what I titled this class was
illegal immigration is a problem.
Okay.
Thanksgiving is the proof.
And what do you and what's the meaning behind that?
What the reason I taught this, sir, is the real illegal immigrant is not the Hispanics.
Right.
You know, it's not the brothers that have been. If you can look your history, what Camp Cotter, I'll guarantee you, is in that book.
Yeah,
and
right.
then we came from the East. It's
Right. I'm copying me one. I'm copying me one on the show.
Damn right. It should. Everybody watching should.
Damn
you
right.
Because Hispanics have been here. If you look at history, you don't have to be, a scholar to understand that Latin America, South and Central America is America.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I mean? It's in the name. You know what I mean?
Right.
So who's the real, that's what's killing me about this whole situation. People are talking about we need to get these illegal immigrants out. These immigrants that came and crossed over, have no rights here. How do they not have no rights to land they founded first?
Right.
The real illegal immigrant was when Columbus came here at 1492 and brought all his lackeys and everyone else, invaded this land. And what did they do to it? They damn near wiped out the buffalo.
Right.
Platypus is dead.
Right.
Polar bear is dead. There's a hole in the ozone layer. Ever since our oppressors came into this land, through his immigration, this land has become worse. The damn earth is dying. America is damn near 95% concrete.
Right.
You know what I mean? Every major metropolis is a damn shooting ground. Because that's our life underneath a real immigrant. Not blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
That's right.
Blacks, Hispanics, like in the book Lost Tribes and Promised Lands, when they came to the Americas, they were so fascinated of how we were able to dwell with each other, even when we were at odds with one another. You know what I mean? Well, I'm gonna bring out later as well, sir, in the book Black Indians, is how blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we knew we were allies, and we knew we had to come to peace talks because we were under so much suffering under our oppressor.
Damn right.
But you
damn
see,
right.
this is like our life underneath him, sir, like through illegal immigration. That's why I titled it in this class. He wants to preach so much about coming here legally, about illegal immigration, about this, about that, about visas, green cards. When he came here and slaughtered everything.
Right.
I wanted to ask you.
Go ahead,
So
sir.
what are we hearing about ICE agents on reservations? Are they attacking the brothers and sisters on the reservations as well?
See, sir, you are a prophet. y'all got that article I sent y'all, Larkin? I actually just read an article today on it. A sister was just arrested and detained by ICE because she had a tribal ID. What a young man at? Young man got a tribal ID.
Give it up to young man Jay. Young man Jay, give it up to him.
Young man Jay, this brother got family out from the Blackfeet tribe in Montana. The brother has a tribe. I'm using him as an example because this is what happened to the sister.
Go ahead.
He has a tribal ID from the tribe. And when you're a Native American, or you got a certain percent of the Native, you can fill out for a tribal ID. The brother has a tribal ID. He has family relatives from this reservation. And he tried to pull it out one day. We're in the store. And they said, this is not a real identification. This is a tribal ID. You get what I'm saying? So the same thing happened with this sister. This is their land. Don't ever get it twisted. Everywhere you go in America is native land. Canada, native land. You're in Mexico, Caribbean. It all belongs to Native Americans and Hispanics. And they detained this sister because she had a tribal ID and said this is not a real form of identification and called it a fake ID, man. So what you saying, sir, and this has been happening a lot. And it goes to show, because a lot of you Native Americans out there have hatred for your brothers, man. I've met a lot of Native Americans that hate Mexicans, that hate Venezuelans, that hate Puerto Ricans, which makes no sense because y'all the same people. You know what I mean? Like, one speaks Spanish, you speak English, but for some reason you we've been going over this whole day.
Damn right.
We got love for our oppressors, and us trying to love him, us trying to be go Donald Trump and make America great again, makes us hate our brothers.
That's right.
And that's why, and this sister, she'll even say, she said in her post that the one who detained her was a Hispanic brother. It was a Hispanic man that detained her, man.
Nice.
If we could, so let's get a little bit.
Let's go.
Who got it?
I got it. Native American actress calls out ICE for stopping her and saying her tribal ID was fake. Do I sound Mexican? All right, of course.
Yeah.
All right, F Ice. It's from Elaine Miles. F Ice. I got stopped and showed tribal ID and they said it looked fake. Told them to call that number and it will be the enrollment office of my tribe. They kept saying anyone can make those. It's fake. I was so mad. I said, do I sound Mexican? F no. Then I got my phone out. I'll effing call the tribe for you. They tried to take my my phone. Son of a B, make me sick and angry. Racist bigots.
Right.
And one of them was Mexican. Told him you're a disgrace to your people for all brown people. They supposed to be taking the SAs. The SAs. Sure. Felon, robbers, drug and human traffickers, not women waiting at bus stop.
Right.
Watch your back in the east side of Emerald City.
Please get out.
That right there is our problem. They sold you out on that lie, huh? And that was a lot of Hispanics' problems. A lot of y'all had beef with Venezuelans. You know, America had let in a lot of Venezuelans, as they should, after all the war and turmoil they started in South and Central America. They got every right to let them cats in, and they should have. And they should have gave them more help. Because you see what happens when they gave the Afghanis help. They made him a CIA agent and he shot 2 of your National Guards. You see what happens when you give the Ukrainians help. There's a Ukrainian mob out there in Chicago somewhere right now. There's reports of that. You get what I mean? But blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, they sold you on this lie because you hate one another and because you celebrate Thanksgiving, because they celebrate Christmas, because we're so in love with our oppressor, we're so ready to follow his ways. Even the sister right here saying, I don't sound Mexican. You fit the bill, sis. It don't matter what you sound like. That way, a lot of you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans don't realize it don't matter how you look, it don't matter how you talk. And they can smell some type of what was the word I could use? And they can smell some type of I'm trying to think of the PG word.
Let me help you out. Nigga.
Yeah. I'm fighting it over here.
I'm gonna take it right to where it need to be. You know what I'm saying? They look at Hispanic, Native Indians, and black people. They look at all of us as niggas. That's right. It's just the bottom line. And that here's what that means. You will never be accepted on this land. You understand? Even though this land belongs to the North American Indians, you know, we are enemies of this land.
That's right.
Always have and always will be. Now, what are we gonna do? Sit here and complain about it? Hell no. The point of us even talking about this and bringing out this information is to gather the people to Christ. The real Christ, that is, the nigga Christ. You ever heard of him? Not the one that they teaching you in that church. And when you gathering the people to him, you know what I'm saying? That you do that by teaching them these laws, statutes, and commandments so we can get the hell out of here. That's the whole point of all this. We don't just talk about the white supremacy and the crimes they do to us just to be complaining. We talking about these things so you can wake up. You see what I'm saying? So you can wake up and come together like we supposed to be.
That's right.
You understand? Oh, Lamar,
kind of I made.
Yeah.
To touch also on what Carter was saying earlier, like these situations happen when we have our own brothers and sisters joining ICE to go detain their own. Is because money is the root of all evil.
That's
you
right.
understand? The white man knows what we love in 2025. What we love is cash.
Right.
You understand? So just a little bit of cash in your pocket, you'll be a traitor to your own. You'll turn right around and be a Judas. You understand? The same way Judas betrayed Christ, they'll go right against you just for a little bit of cash in their pockets because that cash right there has became their god. And that money, that green money with all them white people's faces on it, those white people, they hate blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. So when you make money your god, you're definitely gonna turn on your people. You understand? So I just wanted to let you know why.
Man, that ain't no different from them black cops that beat that brother to death. Remember that? With them cops, I forget what city or state, Memphis, beat that brother to death. You understand? Like, once again, when you join spiritually, when you take on and the mindset of these people, meaning this, Thanksgiving is about murder, rape, all these different things, right? So if you sitting down at the table, you know what I'm saying, and having a feast about murder, what are you championing?
Right.
What you gonna think you gonna become once you get up from the table? What you think you're gonna be? Somebody of moral excellence?
Right.
You can't take a hell day, you know what I'm saying, that's about rape and murder and thievery and try to say it's for the family. And don't think that when you get up from this table, you ain't gonna take on the spirit of what this holiday is about.
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying? So yes, you're gonna take on the spirit of beating the hell out of your own people. You see what I'm saying? Huh? Yeah, saying grace over the goddamn food. You see what I'm saying? Like, what God do you think you celebrate? If I could get Amos, you know what I'm saying, real quick, we're gonna turn it back to Karyaj. God hates Thanksgiving, man.
Right.
He hates your damn Thanksgiving. No matter how much you try to pray over the food and hold hands and all, man, please. You can't even, huh?
They praying over the ham.
Praying over ham. Praying over pork. Praying over food that God said is an abomination. Like, what in God do you think that you serving, man? You don't even Chelly, you don't even understand that you're worshiping Satan. The problem is with Christians is that you don't realize you worshiping Satan because you expecting Satan to come say, this is the religion of Satan. Right. This church right here is the house of Satan.
Don't come here.
Satan don't work like that. Right. Satan, the Bible tells you Satan takes on the form of God. Right. His ministers, they take on the form of being ministers of God. But meanwhile, they are the ministers of Satan, man.
Right.
Give me what I need.
I got you right here.
Read that out.
It's the book of Amos, chapter 5, and verse 21.
Come on.
I hate.
What?
I hate.
You talking about God don't hate. First thing that he said out of his mouth is I hate. Read.
I despise your feast days.
Your what?
Your feast days.
Your feast days. These feast days that you have, Thanksgiving, you feast on Christmas, you feast on Valentine's Day, you feast on Easter, Halloween, all that candy. These are your feasts. These ain't feasts that the Most High sanctioned for you to do. The Lord would never sanction, you know what I'm saying, for you to have a celebration of the Pilgrims and Christopher Columbus still in America and slaughtering the Native Indians to take this land.
Right.
Are you insane?
Right.
Read.
Khan. I will not smell in your solemn assemblies.
I will not what?
I will not smell in your solemn assemblies.
The Lord said, I will not smell, meaning he ain't going to ever accept Thanksgiving. Like, it's cool to celebrate Thanksgiving now, but you best believe and understand, Judgment Day is coming.
Right.
Judgment Day is coming for what happened to the North American Indians. The Lord said, you may forget, but he ain't never forgot of the 77 North American Indians that were slaughtered to take this land. Right. He ain't never forgot that the Native Indians was enslaved and put on slave ships and they mothers and daughters raped and families split up. The Lord ain't never forget that. Just because judgment don't come speedily, it don't mean that judgment ain't gonna come.
Damn right.
And the way that we bring forth judgment is by Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians turning back to the Most High.
That's
and
right.
not just saying, most people think turning back to the Most High mean you could just talk about God every day and say, oh, I love God, and do nothing he say to do.
Right.
You sitting there saying you love God and then sitting down on Thanksgiving, celebrating Thanksgiving.
Good night.
Talking about you love God at the same. You a goddamn hypocrite, man.
Damn right.
And because of the truth now is no room for you to be a hypocrite. Because what we've done in this truth under Commander Janahana is we've established that either you're going to serve God or you're going to serve Satan.
That's right.
That's what we didn't establish. Ain't no more faking like you serving God. That's why you hate the truth so much, because you know the things that we say is something that they ain't teaching in that church. The church gonna teach you how to be disgusting and vile, you know what I'm saying, and a sexual deviant, and they teaching you to be a damn rapist.
Right.
They teaching you to be a child molester.
Right.
They teaching you to be a thief. How do they do that? The first moment they tell you God's laws don't exist anymore, you telling the person you got an excuse now to go be whatever the hell you gonna be, because ain't nobody perfect.
Right.
That is demonic as hell,
Damn
man.
right,
Any
sir.
more on that scripture?
Khan.
Read.
Khan, verse 22. Though ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings.
Though you offer me what?
Burnt offerings and your meat
That's that
offerings.
pork that you put on the table. The Lord say, though you offer the pork and whatever you put on the table, though you offer those things, turkey, right? Read.
I will not accept
I will
them.
not what?
I will not
God
accept
ain't never
them.
accepting your damn Thanksgiving meal. Even the meal itself got a damn stench in it, man. It stinks. You ever walk in somebody's house that they can cook Thanksgiving food? Once you come into the truth and make your damn nose stand up, no, make your nose hairs dance. Because of this, the stench is disgusting, and the Lord ain't accepting that. We reading right out of the Holy Bible, man.
Right.
You understand? I'm gonna pass it back over to Officer Kayyaj. You know what I mean? If I could. And how can the brothers and sisters watch the class that you taught yesterday?
So you go to ISBK Res or ISBK Reservations. That's where we hold on all our reservations content as well. We also just dropped an interview we did with a sister when we went out to the reservation. A very powerful interview. You want a reason why you shouldn't celebrate Thanksgiving? Go watch that interview we did with a sister from the Potawatomi tribe, talking about our murdered missing indigenous sisters.
That's right.
The Native American women are missing 25,000 right now. Over 25,000 missing indigenous women are missing from the reservation. You want to talk about Thanksgiving. You want to talk about joining together, what's going on in this day and age. That's why Thanksgiving the spirit comes along with it. You in your mind, Thanksgiving is just some type of holiday of love and peace, when the actuality behind, like, it's not hidden no more. Everybody knows the truth about Thanksgiving. Everybody knows what Thanksgiving is about. There's clips online. The brothers teaching class or teaching out on the street corners. There's nowhere you can go nowadays to not know that Thanksgiving is about death, murder, and slaughter.
Right.
But the fact you still celebrate it shows you don't care about the Native Americans. Show that you have no type of remorse or empathy for what they've gone through. And that's why America is able to treat Blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans the way they are. Because Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans have no one in our corner. You see right now, Gaza, they got the UN. In the UN, they had a whole walkout, Cap. Had a whole walkout for Gaza. All these major world leaders, Netanyahu got up there, the leader of Israel got up there to speak, and they all walked out to stand in unity against what he's doing in Gaza.
Right.
Well, guess what they did stand out for? They all sat there for Donald Trump. While Donald Trump is going to war with Hispanics, while Donald Trump is going to war with his own people in the streets, that's a dictatorship.
Damn right.
And, that's evil right there. People have been they thrown out what's his name? Saddam Hussein for less.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they thought he had weapons of mass destruction. And so what they're doing right now with Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans in America is so evil, because the Thanksgiving we celebrating is laying to destroy our minds and corrupt ourselves from actually caring about our brothers and sisters. So
damn right. Damn right. I noticed you got that book there. Is this something that you wanted to bring out?
Sir, if I could,
please.
Like I was talking about earlier, a lot of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we don't know the history that comes with us coming together here in the Americas. When you go into your history books, or you go into your American social studies class, American history class, even though Native Americans and Black people existed and were suffering during the same time here in the Americas, they taught you we never interacted. We just were two separate entities, when that's not true.
Right.
So I got right here, of course, one of the most famous books we bring out in the UPK, the book Black Indians by William Lauren Katz. And I wanted to read this excerpt from this book because it's so powerful, which will allow Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans where they think we're enemies. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we think we have no ties to each other. We think there is no bond between us, when that's a lie.
All right.
That's a lie oppressor put a division between us.
That's right.
Look up the military tactic, divide and conquer. That's exactly what our oppressor did to us here in America.
Right.
He divided us, and through him dividing us and setting these lines and boundaries that didn't exist, he was able to conquer us. So I could just get this one episode.
Right. Get out, Chris.
So if you don't mind, right here starts Wild Native Life.
All right, but this is the Black Indians, page 24. While the final paragraph, while native life moved peacefully ahead, the foreigners slipped toward a crisis.
So this was about 2 generations after Columbus. This was about 1521.
Right.
So it was about a good 100 years after Columbus came into the Americas. This was the first Spanish colony that arrived here that started taking over the Americas. And this is talking about what they ended up going through. So native life was peaceful, but they started going through a crisis. Let's see what that crisis is.
Disease and starvation ravaged their colony, and internal disputes tore it apart.
So of course, because of our oppressor's vileness, and he don't know even how to wash himself at this time.
Right.
You know, he came to Americas and saw the Native Americans smelling of good oils and knowing how to bathe, and thought we were witches and warlocks, you know, because we actually know how to take a shower. You know what I mean? So he had so much disease spreading amongst himself, they started dying out.
Right.
Not only that, they stopped knowing how to mend the land, because this was around the time. Remember when Columbus came here, like Camp Cartazar brought up, he started moving slaves all throughout the Caribbeans, all throughout South and Central America. So the Native Americans weren't helping them no more on how to mend the land and how to survive. So they started struggling with starvation. They started struggling with disease. Because, sir,
the river was full of fish, but few Europeans were well enough to fish.
So they were so weak, they were so being down, they weren't even able to fish the food that was plentiful, but they didn't even have the strength to do it.
Then an epidemic swept the settlement, and before housing was in place, wintry winds blew in. Elian became gravely ill and died on October 18th after having named his nephew John Ramirez his successor. But Ramirez was in Puerto Rico, and the leaderless Spaniards split into bitter armed factions.
No, and then white people did what they do best. They start fighting each other. Of course, you know, when there's 2 things white people are gonna do when they stress. They're gonna fight each other, and then they're gonna find the nearest black and Hispanic to beat on, and you're gonna see that's what they end up doing.
Men drew swords and marched in howling winds to arrest and sometimes execute those who wished to become leaders of the colony. Some survivors complained that in the midst of their tribulations, Africans began setting fires.
It's like, so read that again if you could. Africans did what?
Africans began setting fires.
Now, of course, this is the oppressor's knowledge. He don't really, know that. He don't want you to know, I should say, that these so-called Africans, these Negroes, are Israelites. You're talking about the tribe of Judah. So these Negroes started setting fire. See, black people during the time while they was enslaved here in America, because when it started, well, like Camp Cartazar was saying, the Native Americans got enslaved first. But once we started dying out, they started bringing in black people into the Caribbeans, into South and Central America. So while they seen white people, killing each other, slaughtering each other, they're like, man, this is our time to leave. This is our time to get up out of jam. So they start burning down a lot of the villages. Keep going.
And Native Americans sided with the slaves and made trouble.
And the Native Americans sided with the slaves. The Native Americans didn't just stand there and let this happen. The Native Americans came to the aid of black people, man.
Right.
That's why I saw, like Cap was saying, so many black people can claim to have Native American blood in them, can claim to have Native American. We got Raj Krab, he thinking Native American.
Right.
He might be. You know what I mean? He might be. He might, his hair getting long. He might be,
Damn right.
And the reason why so many can claim that is because we knew that unity and bond we had. If you could, sir.
In November, a crisis erupted when Africans rebelled and fled to the Indians.
They fled where?
To the Indians.
So black people started going to war, trying to escape from the hellhole that Europeans brought them into the New World with, and they fled to the Native Americans. And when these Native Americans accepted these brothers and sisters, not only did they accept them with open arms, but they made a lot of them chiefs. They allowed many of them to marry their daughters, because with that you became married, drafted into the tribe.
Right.
So now whatever happens to you happens to us. That's why so many brothers and sisters, like you got a lot of cats right now in their ignorance, came in a lot of Negro brothers claiming that Native Americans are only Negro. That only black men are the true Native Americans. And that's because so many pictures are coming out of Black Native Americans. And that happened because we started intermingling amongst each other. Because you got two oppressed people that are in the land that are being oppressed by one person, and that's beating them down. It's only natural for them to come together. And that's what you see right now in America. Right now here in America, ICE agents are hunting us all down. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And Commanding General Yohana is bringing us together.
Right.
Commanding General Yohana is bringing the Native Americans from the reservation together, the Hispanics in the barrio, Black people in the ghettos. If you could, sir.
Okay. One authority on slave revolts believes this was instigated by Native Americans angry over whites using their land.
So the Native Americans were so angry about them stealing their land and how they were abusing their brothers. They say, you know what, we're going to teach y'all a lesson. We're going to join together with these Black men.
Right.
We're going to join together and we're going to raise hell. And the whole next chapter goes into, sir, is just this whole war and conflict that the Native Americans and Black people end up unleashing on the colonies that first come here to the Americas. They made it a law. It became so bad, they made it a law that Black people and Native Americans were not allowed to marry. They made that law. That was a decree that came from the King of Spain.
Right.
He said, you know, I can't allow these people to join because they're becoming. Let me find that. I think it's in page 31. It should be in page 31, sir. Because and I encourage every brother and sister that's in the ISUBK to read this book. If you have not read Black Indians, and especially with everything going on with the Hispanic tribes, with the Native American tribes, you should read this book and study, and right alongside with Captain Kataza's book, with we came from the East, a tribe called Gad, to get you all this insight, because a lot of people are lying to cause division right now.
Right.
You know, even the young ignorant brother that me and Captain Marquard that was on Facebook saying Native Americans don't love each other. Black people don't love each other. They must have never met the ISUBK. All we do in here is love each other.
That's it.
You get what I'm
Damn
saying?
right.
It's damn near at the walls. We are forced to love each other.
Damn
It's
right.
brotherhood every day. Even though we want to be with our kids and our wives, we here with our brothers, man, trying to save our people. Did you end up finding it, sir?
Not that specific part where you're saying that they were by law not allowed to marry.
On Khan. There was a decree from I believe King Ferdinand.
No, I don't see his name. Oh, there we go. Hold up.
You found it?
I believe so. Nope. Keep speaking.
Oh, Khan. No, Khan, sir. I just want to bring this out because, like we were saying before we started, is that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we don't understand of these ties and these bonds we have. You know, this is a Black man that told me this. Cam DeBar told me to pick up this book. Cam DeBar told me, you know, Blacks and Hispanics, we used to fight for each other way before the time of colonization. Now, I'm a Native American. I ain't never learned this.
Right.
You know what I mean? I went to plenty of ceremonies, plenty of powwows, and I've never heard this type of talk before. So when I heard it from a Black man, it was something that just threw me, you know, in a loop. Right. But Cam DeBar Moth, man, showed me so much brotherhood, so much love, even more than my own people. You know what I mean? Or than my own tribe, I should say. Damn right.
Damn right.
As a brother that helped me get to where I need to be, so now I could help lead, you know, brothers and sisters on the reservation, you know, to a better to see what the truth is in the ISUBK.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you want to bring out?
With that one, so we good with the book. I just want to say, of course, Thawar for having me on and everything. Thawar to all the brothers that did not and all the brothers and sisters that did not celebrate Thanksgiving.
Damn, right.
That's a mighty thing. A lot of people don't know, man. Even Native Americans are out there celebrating Thanksgiving. They out there, they know it's a day. They're like, yeah, they'll tell you, man, yeah, we know what it's about. You know, even Abraham Lincoln, you know, the one Black people love so much, Native Americans love so much. He commemorated this day by because of him slaughtering 33 Dakota men for resisting against the tribe, the Office of Indian Affairs. Right. Because during the time of
Abraham Lincoln, that's when they started throwing Native Americans on reservations. That's when they started pushing them onto their land, on their own, reserves, and they started giving out the food to the Native Americans, their provisions. Y'all not allowed to hunt from the land. We'll give you your own food. We'll give you your own medicine. And so what they ended up doing, they started cutting off a lot of the brothers and sisters from their food. They started bleeding them dry. And if you know your history, this is nothing new that the oppressor does. He did this to us back. We about to celebrate the feast of Hanukkah.
Right.
He did this during the time of the Maccabees.
Right.
He loves to bleed us dry to depend on him even more. So the Native American brothers and sisters, these 33 Dakota men fought back with the Indian Bureau of Affairs. They went to war against them so their people can try to get some food, some provision. And Abraham Lincoln, being the devil he is, man, hung these brothers.
That's right.
Hung 33 innocent men, hung them to prove a point. And for him to try to amend ways in his evilness, started the celebration, the national holiday of Thanksgiving. And that's what it was really all about. It's a powerful thing for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. What we did yesterday to not celebrate it. Because you got to think, Cap, since you've been a child, you go into that school, you salute that flag. You're 5 years old, saluting that flag. You're 5 years old, they got you dressing up as pilgrims and Indians, sitting down at a little fake Thanksgiving, eating some turkey. Like, there has been indoctrinated in you since you've been a child to fall in love with this, ideology, with this celebration. And I as you became the Command General, we broke that yesterday. We broke that brainwash.
Lamar, if you could, we got that video of what transpired with Ray J doing things.
Oh, my goodness.
Can we go ahead and play that? This is just one thing.
Diabolical.
You know what I'm saying? That happened during the Thanksgiving, because everybody would try to make us believe Thanksgiving is all about family.
Right. It's all love.
You can imagine how many fights it was yesterday. How many turkeys, turkey leg flew across the table. You know what I'm saying? How much cranberry sauce was flying to somebody's head. But it's all about family.
It's a Christian holiday, sir. Right.
You got to sit across the table. You know what I mean? From your uncle that molested you. You see what I'm saying? I mean, it's a total abomination.
Hey, Sly Cap, it's funny what you're saying, because before I came to the school today, my rib, she was feeling a little pain. She was like, I was thinking about going to the emergency room. She was like, you think it's gonna be crowded today? It's the day after Thanksgiving. I said, baby, listen. That emergency room is going to be packed to the gills. She was like, why is that? I said, you got to think about this, right? Thanksgiving was yesterday.
Right.
You got people that you got families that got together that have fought, that have shot each other, that have stabbed each other. You got people that have had food poisoning. You got car accidents from people getting overly drunk and overly high on Thanksgiving. And then you just got the average crime, you know what I'm saying, that's going on Thanksgiving. Like, today, the day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday, is the absolute worst time for you need to go to the goddamn emergency room, because the emergency room you're gonna have to wait in your car, and they're gonna have to send a concierge out there to tell you, hey, you number 5,337, you can come in. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Rob, you got us ready? Go ahead, play it.
Now I got my kids in here with me. Like, I'm not like, ain't nobody taking my kids away from me on Thanksgiving, throwing it down. They in my house. They making threats to me. What's up? What you trying to do? Take my kids? I'm taking my kids. Okay, take your kids. Watch how they cry. Take my kids because y'all drunk. Y'all want to drive drunk? Y'all want to drive drunk? Drive drunk. Drive drunk, princess.
Right, you just
drive drunk.
You just pointed a gun.
Drive drunk.
You just pointed a gun.
Drive drunk, princess. Go ahead. You want to take my kids? You and your drunk cousin? Because y'all drunk as fuck and y'all alcoholics? Take my kids then. Go ahead. Who's gonna drive? Tony, he's been drinking
I'm not
too.
driving.
Who's been driving? Everybody. I didn't point nothing at
You
y'all.
pointed a gun at us.
I didn't point nothing at y'all.
You pointed a gun at us.
Yeah, whatever.
You pointed a gun at us.
Why you waking my daughter
You
up?
pointed a gun at us.
Why did you just wake my daughter up?
At us.
Why did you just wake my daughter
All
up?
I wanted to do was have a good Thanksgiving.
Why did you wake my daughter up?
Ray?
Because you selfish.
Delusional.
You're drunk.
You're a woman abuser.
You're
and
drunk.
You're delusional.
I'm a woman. That's
yes,
what drunk
you
people
are.
say. Like you're taking my daughter?
Grow the fuck up.
All right,
Seriously.
cool.
You need to.
You're not taking my son.
Ray.
Like I know you're not gonna take my son. Hey,
don't touch.
Hold on, bro. I swear to God, I'll shoot the fuck out of you. Y'all get out of my house. Y'all get out of my house.
Shoot me right now.
Oh, I swear to God,
Shoot me right now.
take my son.
No.
I hate you over the fucking head, bro.
Hey, you supposed to be family.
Nah, get the fuck out of here. You do it in my house.
Hey.
Was that it?
Yeah, Cap.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You gonna say something about?
I was gonna say, Cap, listen, alcohol, holidays, and demons don't mix.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I feel sorry for that brother. You know what I mean? Because I don't know their personal situation, but you sitting up, you got your kid. Obviously, him and the baby mother don't get along, and they got a custody issue. When you sitting up with your kid and in the middle of the night, somebody comes to violate whatever custody agreement y'all got to take your child, it's a very emotional thing. You know what I'm saying? But you got to keep your composure. Now, on one token, he did the right thing by recording the incident. But on the other token, see, this is where brotherhood comes into play. This is what having men above you that are wise and can give you counsel and it can instruct you and train you how to be a disciplined and professional person at all time comes into play. If Ray J was in the ISUPK, or even if Ray J was receiving counsel from Commander General Yohana, General Muhammad, or Captain Tazariot, you know what I'm saying, or yourself, sir, he would not have overblown this situation like he did. And he may have been able to get, you know what I'm saying, to get that woman from being able to intrude on his life like that. You know what I mean?
The sad part about this is, of course, the chip.
Right. Yeah, Khan Khan, sir. Khan Khan.
The whole pulling the gun out, arguing in front of the kids.
Mhm.
When people walk in, first and foremost, it's a violation to walk in somebody's goddamn house.
Yeah, Khan Khan.
It's off top.
Khan Khan.
Violation, which is why he went to get the gun.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Khan Khan.
To show the tradition of this place doesn't build us up as a people.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It doesn't fix what needs to be fixed, which is the relationship between the man
And the woman.
You see what I'm saying? You're so focused about celebrating a day of Thanksgiving. Really, you know what I'm saying? It's a day about, you know what I'm saying, the mass murder of the people. And it's just something it ain't about family. Because if it was about family, that scene you just seen right there wouldn't happen.
Right.
And now this is just witness. He's a celebrity, so it's all over social media. But it was a ton of that, you know what I'm saying, that took place on this day. This is just one story.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a ton of other stories that happened on this day because it's not about family.
Right, at all.
You don't ever think that any tradition or day that the white man came up with as a day of celebration is ever going to be about family. You want something to be about family, it got to be about truth.
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying? It got to be about when we come together for our hot holy days. It ain't none of this.
That's
Because
right.
it's bigger than the high holy day. It's about the things that you do leading up to the high holy day.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? The things that we're taught in the ISBK every day on how to get along with each other. You know what I'm saying? So by the time that a high holy day comes around, you know what I'm saying, it's really about, you know what I'm saying, coming together.
It's really about coming together, you know what I'm saying, as a people. So I believe the brother got locked up over this, didn't he?
Khan, sir.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't
The situation happened in his own house.
Yeah, and like he said, now of course he was off like hell.
Right.
But of course now the baby mother, she was obviously intoxicated.
Yeah,
I mean, you can see it on her face. So you got a bunch of drunk adults arguing, you know what I'm saying, about who get the kids on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Con.
Y'all done?
And Cap, you could just tell, like, you know, the little girl that was in her arms is just traumatized.
Oh, totally.
She just kept to keep her head down.
That's it.
It's almost like she immune to what was going
Oh,
on.
that's
You know what I'm
without question. Again, you know what I'm saying? The foundation of what we learned, you know what I'm saying, is what destroyed us. You see what I'm saying? Christmas is a day of vanity. Thanksgiving is a day of vanity. Easter is a day of vanity. So these is holidays that we celebrate. Now, in between those holidays, what are we being taught? You know what I'm saying? As a people, what are we being taught as far as our education? What are we being taught as far as marriage? Right? These two people that came together, you know what I'm saying, and obviously don't know how to be in a damn marriage. And because they don't know how to be in a marriage, the daughter, you can see she was used to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like most kids that seeing them, they've been screaming and crying. But this is something, like you said, that she's obviously used to, because of course American culture, American religion does not teach black women and black men on how to get along.
That's right.
My yard.
Hey, Salaki, sir, and if I could, at the end of that particular video, you fast forward a little bit after that, you could actually hear the police when they came. And as you said, the daughter is the one that is suffering the most out of this, because as you saw in the video, she tried to keep her head tucked. You know what I mean? That's act like I'm asleep, try to ignore it. This is their usual routine. But once the police got involved, you heard them tell Ray J, put your hands up, you know, get on the ground, blah, 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 You hear all that confusion and chaos. And from listening to the video, it sounded like the police were were very rough with Ray J.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you can hear them giving him forceful instructions.
Right.
And him trying to comply in the way that black people comply with these instructions. And then it's a lot of muffled, rough voices. And then you could hear the daughter sobbing and crying and screaming no. You even hear the baby mom at one point say no.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like her calling the police coming and all of that stuff and getting involved, and the daughter is going to be traumatized for the rest of her life by seeing her father, the man who she looks at as her protection, her guidance, her hero, you know what I mean, being demeaned, you know what I'm saying, being emasculated and manhandled by the police in the nation. We didn't see it on the video, but you can listen to the audio and just hear the manner in which the police dealt with him being a celebrity and dealt with him and how his daughter responded.
Well, here's how trauma works. She's being traumatized, so guess what she's gonna be doing in 20 years? You understand? She's gonna be arguing, you know what I'm saying, and bickering with the father of her children. You see what I'm saying? That's how trauma goes. You see what I'm saying? And if you notice something about these holidays, when blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians get together, we was talking about this earlier. We get very emotional during Thanksgiving. You understand? It's almost like whatever you've been going through the whole year, now is the time to come sit at the table and cuss out the cousin you've been wanting to cuss out for 5 years ago.
Right.
Now was the time. Give me right on it.
Hey, Carl, God.
You see what I'm saying? Like it is totally diabolical. It's something that we need to, Thanksgiving is something that needs to be discontinued. If you're a so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian, let the oppressor have their holiday. Let white people go ahead and celebrate it, because they're gonna have to pay for Thanksgiving. And it's a God up in heaven that's gonna make them pay. And if you're a so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian, you need to separate yourself, you know what I'm saying, from the tradition of America, you know what I mean? So the Lord will show mercy on you in the long run, you know what I'm saying? So with that, you know what I mean, it's been one hell of a podcast. I want to give it up. Hell of a show. I want to thank Captain Kadazar for coming on. Also, Officer, damn right, give it up. Officer Karyash, yeah, I mean, for coming in and doing what he did tonight, you know what I'm saying? Like always, I got to give it up to these amazing men that rock it out with me every week. To my right, Officer Lamakiala. Any announcements?
Just short one this week. Like as always, make sure to go like, follow, share, subscribe to all Roundtable of Truth social media pages out there. You understand? Real Nigga University. Unfortunately, we ain't gonna be able to make it to camp tomorrow due to severe snowstorms in the Midwest. You understand? So, of course, as always, make sure to tune into my yard Sabbath service, which he'll give you the spiel on that in a second. So that's all I gotta say.
Damn right, give it up, give it up. Also, we want to give it up, Officer Yaradon back on deck. You understand? Right. Brother, as he broke down, just went through a very, very serious situation with his son. Officer Yaradon, any announcements?
Colonel Wakan, first and all foremost, you know what I'm saying, pay your tithes, you know what I'm saying, to the isupk.com. You can go pay your tithes to the priests and prophets of the man of the Lord, you know what I'm saying, and also, you know what I'm saying, as you know what I'm saying, go if you looking for any merch, you know what I'm saying, you can go to diversitymall.com. You know what I'm saying, the website right now is under construction. It will be coming back up real soon. But if you contact, you know what I'm saying, myself, Yaradon Banya Howard, or Yatazar, you can put in your orders for the Real Nigga University jackets that we have coming out with the all leather jackets, the Leathermans or the Bombers.
Damn right, give it up, give it up. My all of the joint has already been ordered and it's on its way. When I get it, don't ask me how much I paid for it. Don't ask me nothing regarding it, all right? I'm talking y'all died about that. Whatever he tell you is what he tell. That's how we gonna do it. Also, man, we want to give it up for Officer Kayas joining us in here tonight. Any closing statements, Kayas?
So Thawada for having me on, Thawada all the brothers again, keep holding it down.
Damn right. You understand? This brother is also in charge of IHBK Res. What's up with Res? What's the latest on IHBK Res?
So we got a few advancements we doing. Shout out to Captain Azania out there on the East Coast. Lord allow in the springtime, we should be out there on the reservation. We talking to the Gadites out there. I can never say it right. Senetica Village out there near Rochester, New York, with the brother Yaquatazar out there helping us out to reach out with the Native American brothers and sisters. Also, we gonna have an upcoming Menominee event as well when the weather breaks out as well for the children. And Lord allow, we're gonna do some scouting out there in Montana with the young man out there, check out the reservation. So we making moves, sir. We making moves, of course, under command how we gonna get these brothers and sisters and show them the truth and what it is and reach out and give them any help they need.
With that said, we coming to a reservation near you.
Yeah, right.
Believe that you're gonna see a bunch of niggas and Hispanics and Native American Indians. You invading the reservation for a good purpose. That is.
They don't want to hear that, Cam. They don't want to hear that.
I already know. I already told Kayas they're gonna put, a big sign on say reservation most wanted. With his face on. He be with a bunch of black guys. They coming to talking about we Israelites. Keep him off. No, I'm joking, but you know what I'm saying. Also, man, we want to give it up to Officer Mayad in the building. Any announcements, Mayad?
Hey, Colonel Wakan, sir, if I could, tune in go to isupk.com wherever you are in the entire world, find the school that is in your zone, your area, your region, your country, your continent, and then tune in every Saturday to the Sabbath service. You know what I'm saying? Sabbath service, y'all don't realize, is not only one of the most spiritual experiences on the earth, but it's one of the blackest, brownest events on the earth. You know what I'm saying? When we go over the scriptures from Genesis to Revelation, we give you the Lashon Kodash, which is the holy tongue, the ancient Hebrew. Then we give you a proper English breakdown, of the scriptures. And this is Black history at its finest. Yeah.
Damn right.
Also, if I could,
please.
We got the Feast of Dedication coming up.
Damn right. That's right. Damn right. Damn right.
Yo, on December 14th, at sundown is one even better reason, one of the go to isupk.com, find out where your school is, call that phone number, and your friends, your family, your neighbors, your enemies, you know what I'm saying? Call them up and let them know, hey, the ISUPK is doing this event right here, and we all need to come down and find out who the hell we are so we can get up out of this oppression. And this is only for Black and brown people. You Black, Hispanic, and Native American, you are most welcome. You will be treated with brotherhood and sisterhood unlike anything you've ever seen. December 15th, Sunday, December 14th at sundown, the Feast of Dedication, also known as Hanukkah. Come on down.
All right, give it up. Listen, what's so beautiful about the Feast of Dedication is that it's a day that our forefathers, you know what I'm saying, commemorated, you know what I mean, Blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians, which means it's a holiday for a holy day for us. Right. You understand? Well, we celebrating taking back our land from the damn Greeks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta celebrate things that pertain to you.
That's right.
Passover coming up after that, I believe, right? Passover, huh?
Purim.
Oh, Purim. You know what I'm saying? Feast of Purim, but then Passover. What is Passover about? You know what I'm saying? When the Lord destroyed the Egyptians and took our people out of captivity and slavery.
That's right.
That's a high holy day that pertains to you.
That's right.
Which means when you celebrate it, it's gonna mean something to you,
right?
Because of what happened in the past.
That's right.
And this is what gives a person national pride, racial pride about themselves.
That's right.
But you can't get national pride and racial pride from sitting down eating turkey and ham and your cranberry sauce. You know what I'm saying? That recommemorates a day when your people got slaughtered and think you're gonna get some pride out of that.
Right. Right.
You ain't gonna get you gonna get some hate out of that.
That's right.
As you just seen with Ray J and them. They sitting there arguing on Thanksgiving because Thanksgiving ain't got nothing to do with them at all.
Right.
You understand? So with that, I want to give it up to my technical team, Officer Raj Karab. We got young man Jay filling in for Ramawan. We also got Officer Mapata Zah in the building. Brother been working out. Y'all see him online, posting every day, showing you how swole he getting, showing off. Showing off, you ever done? Get me right. You get it together. I ain't mad at it, you know. You can imagine how he gonna be at the pass. So he gonna be walking like this, like he Tookie Williams. Look, hey, nigga posing like this. Nah, I'm just joking, man. There's been another round table of truth exclusives. I'm Captain Marquardt, under Commander Jenny Hanna. With that, we out.